June explodes with great sport action on ESPN. There's Grand Slam tennis with live coverage of the prestigious French Open, and the NCAA College World Series returns to ESPN for the 7th straight year. June tees off a month loaded with live golf thrills. There's first and second round U.S. Open drama, the LPGA Mayflower Classic, and the Tournament Players Championship on the Senior PGA circuit. The PBA summer season is on with high-rolling Wednesday night excitement, plus intense international competition with live World Cup soccer. ESPN's June showcases the champions of tomorrow on Top-Ranked Boxing's Friday Night Fight and brings back legendary ring warriors with a classic Super Bout series. There's live auto racing from the Canadian Grand Prix and Karts Milwaukee and Portland 200. ESPN keeps you fit with Gillard, informed with SportsCenter, and goes ringside for Karate Mania's Battle of Atlanta, a total sports tune on ESPN, where the cheering never stops.
Before you folks get any funny ideas, just want to remind you, national speed limit is still 55 miles per hour. Y'all have a nice day.
If this is how it feels to drive a Volkswagen GTI, this is how it feels to drive a Volkswagen Quantum.
Now, the taste of lemonade, crisp, clean, refreshing, is in the ultimate thirst quencher, Gatorade.
Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
New lemonade-flavored Gatorade Thirst Quencher refreshes you with the light, crisp taste of lemonade, while it helps put back what your whole body's thirsty for.
Gatorade is thirsty. Taste lemonade, lemonade, lemonade. For that deep down body thirst.
Pressure, getting hot. Difference is you're not.
Band Solid makes the difference, and the difference is the dryness. Its wide oval shape glides on super dry.
Eyes on you. Pressure's higher. Difference is you stay drier.
Band Solid fights odor, fights wetness, keeps you drier than these leading solids.
Under pressure, under stress. Difference is you feel fresh.
Band Solid, the difference is the dryness. Also available in roll-on.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till you're gonna need somebody to lean on.
When you need a truck to lean on, nothing works like a Chevy truck.
In the minors, you must have called it all 1,000 times. Then one day, you got the call. What's this, rookie umpire?
You make America working. This one's for you.
Here's to you. Beechwood age for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
Compliment for that gentleman.
This one's for you. Only you.
Just because you've washed your car doesn't mean you're finished. After each wash, you need some Armor All. On the dash, the bumper, and especially the tires. After all, when you're in love, what's a few extra minutes? Armor All. It's the finishing touch every time you wash your car.
Outrageousness. Outrageousness. It's nothing more than a way to wake people up. Especially yourself. That's really tip. Oh, what is here? What are one of those? Since what? Wasn't that fun?
To America's best as they look to Australia and the America's Cup Challenge.
This spot's for all that you do. You've got the stuff to come through a long way from home. But you're not alone, 'cause your country's hopes are staying with you. You make America work, and
flight. The food was cold. We're 2 hours late. Oh, now they lose my bag, and all I have to wear is a claim check. My head is splitting. I've got a headache this big, and it's screaming for Excedrin.
Excedrin, the headache medicine. Regular strength pain relievers give you only this much medicine, but Excedrin gives you this much more. Nothing proven stronger without a prescription.
I had a headache this big, but I took Excedrin, and it's gone.
Excedrin from Bristol Myers. Excedrin, the headache medicine.
Stereo television. Once you hear how great it sounds on a Zenith, you'll think we invented it. We did. Zenith. Quality. If you'd like to treat yourself to a color TV small enough to go almost anywhere, scoop up one of Zenith's great little 9-inch delights. Chances are we've got your favorite flavor. Zenith. Quality.
Hey, mister. Can I trade in this 7-Up for a Sprite?
Gee, I don't know. Something the matter?
Yeah, Sprite tastes better than 7-Up.
Come on.
Really, Sprite even beat 7-Up in a taste test.
I always thought they were the same.
No, Sprite's the one with the lemon, and more people chose that great lemon taste. Here, try it.
Kid, you just made a sale.
No more than ever, it's right. Break open the bread savers and share them with someone near. Break open the bread savers for bread that says come over here.
Try Breath Savers, the blue in the middle breath mint. Every flavor, sugar-free.
It's a cool, fresh taste you can't resist. Share that sparkle, share that kiss. Break open the breath savers.
They're sugar-free.
Nabisco. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh, Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Exceptionally smooth Michelob. It could make tonight the best part of your day.
In America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son.
Willie and Wrangler. A legend in jeans.
I'll be gone 500 miles.
Made in the USA.
Is done.
Don't drink and drive. A public service message from ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Welcome to World Class Championship Wrestling, the major league of professional wrestling seen around the world and across this great nation. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Mercer, right here from the world-famous Sportatorium in downtown Dallas, Texas. And we've got a tremendous main event in this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling. Remember last week there was a tag team event. It featured Chris Adams, Kevin Von Erich, Lance Von Erich against Mulligan and Kabuki and Rick Rude. Well, our main event in this edition is Rick Rude, the World Heavyweight Champion, against gentleman Chris Adams, which is a preview to their World Championship match at Reunion Arena on July 4th. You're also going to see Grappler 1 and 2, U.S. Express, and many, many more of the world's greatest wrestlers right here on World Class Championship Wrestling. We'll be right back with our first event right after this.
Give me a light. Ooh, Bud Light. That's a great game.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Pitcher of light.
Bud Light. So if you want the list-filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
Commitment, experience. It all comes together when you work with the best. Master Mechanic Tools, only from True Value Hardware Stores. At the Indianapolis Speedway or in your own garage, they're backed by True Value Hardware Stores' commitment, experience, and exclusive customer satisfaction policy. Master Mechanic Tools, exclusively from True Value Hardware Stores and Home Center.
The look. The wedge shape. Eurosport. The available Eagle GTs on cast aluminum wheels. Eurosport. The feel. The optional multi-port fuel-injected V6. The sports suspension controlling the curves. The Celebrity Eurosport. The price? Now you can move into more car than you ever expected and get 5.9 annual percentage rate GMAC financing. Length of finance contract is limited. Celebrity Eurosport.
Do you want to buy a phone? It's cheaper than AT&T.
What you really need is cheap long distance.
And of course, our business systems are cheaper than AT&T.
Everyone's saying they're cheaper than AT&T, but nobody's saying they're better. All they can say is that they're cheaper, to which we say, you get what you pay for. Whether it's telephones, information systems, long-distance services, or computers, AT&T is the right choice.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to World Class Championship Wrestling. Coming to you from the outstanding, world famous Sportatorium right here in Big D, Dallas, Texas. All matches this evening sanctioned by the World Class Wrestling Association and the opening event. One fall, 10-minute time limit from parts unknown. 240 pounds, the Assassin. And a very capable opponent from New Mexico, 250 pounds, Chief Mark Youngblood. Rick Hazard, your referee.
And welcome once again to World Class Championship Wrestling, our first event on this edition, featuring Mark Youngblood taking off his Indian gear across the way. And on this side, something that looks like out of 2001, the Assassin. As Rick Hazard, the referee, checks his mask, and the Assassin checks out to see if he can get an advantage attacking the young Indian from New Mexico a little early. Glad to have you along in this edition that goes around the world and across this nation. From Maine to California to Hawaii and all points east and west. World Class Championship Wrestling. And the Assassin and Chief Youngblood battling along here as we open up this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling. Nice move by the very high-stepping young Indian Chief from New Mexico, Mark Youngblood, who's been very impressive in bouts that he has been involved in. Any size, any caliber, any style, and he handles himself beautifully. Great coordination and ability. The Assassin from parts unknown. Probably has a checkered past. Might have worked in television once. Mark Youngblood on the ropes of the Assassin. And Rick Hazard putting the count in as they separate, and separate cleanly. Coming up after this bout, we'll be having a couple of interviews that we think you'll find very interesting and enticing. So be sure to stay around for that session. Our main event, Chris Adams. Oh, nice move by Mark Youngblood running right through the Assassin, which is the way you want to do an Assassin. Our main event is gentleman Chris Adams and the heavyweight champion Rick Rude in a non-championship bout. 1-2, but that is Youngblood rolling off on the count of 2. The Assassin. One event I did not mention on the 4th of July at Reunion Arena is that great six-man World Tag Team Championship crew, the Von Erich. And it will be a total Von Erich endeavor. As Kerry Von Erich was injured a couple weeks ago in a motorcycle accident. Had a compound fracture of his right leg, and he'll be out of action. He says a month and a half, the doctor says 3, so somewhere in between there, he'll be out, letting that leg heal. But the great news is that the six-man World Tag Team Champions of Von Erichs, and here's a count of 2 on the Assassin. The Von Erichs, who defeated the Freebirds at Texas Stadium just recently, will be Kevin Von Erich, Lance Von Erich, and returning to action for the first time since his illness, Mike Von Erich. Mike back stronger and better than ever. 1-2 and not enough 3. Assassin would not hold its shoulder down. So the world champion six-man tag teamers, the Von Erichs, in a family affair at Reunion Arena on July 4th as the Assassin, the body stretcher on Mark Youngblood. Rick Hazard putting the count in, and the Assassin ripped into the corner buckle. Look out! Youngblood walks right into that foot. So the Assassin hammering on Mark Youngblood. Here's a quick suplex on top. 1, 2, and almost 3, but Youngblood just got out of there. Oh, the Assassin tried it again. Here's Youngblood, roll him off the ropes. But it's Youngblood who goes off. It's the Assassin who rolls up, and they're in the ropes again. No, they can't get a count in there. Everybody's in the ropes now. Oh, these two battling it hard here in the preliminary match on World Class Championship Wrestling. Up and over, and he tries to roll up. Here's a shoulder pin. 1, 2, and 3. Now another reverse shoulder pin. 2, but not enough for 3. Youngblood, 1, 2, and 3, and Youngblood puts the pin on the Assassin after 3 tries in there. Both men got a good opportunity. And Mark Youngblood comes up with a victory in a most impressive fashion. Great move by Youngblood, fine finish as we go to Joe Ranelli for the official word.
And the winner of this match, Chief Mark Youngblood.
As the assassin takes his own unearthly bow, we'll be back with more excitement right here on World Class Championship Wrestling.
Once there were two bears, a big bear
I'll have a Coca-Cola Classic.
and an even bigger bear.
Give me a case, Coke.
This bear loves the big, bold taste of Coca-Cola Classic, the original. And this bear loves the light, smooth taste of Coke, because it goes down real easy.
How about another?
Yeah, another case.
Another case?
You gotta keep a lot of Coke in the refrigerator.
Coke and Coca-Cola Classic.
In Mom's never-ending quest to go faster, ever faster, there's a new way to breeze through meals. McDonald's new order by the number system. Get your favorite sandwich with large fries and medium Coca-Cola Classic just by saying 1, McDLT, 2, Big Mac, 3, Quarter Pounder with cheese. McDonald's new ordering by the number system. As easy as 1, 2, 3. For today's people on the go.
Chevrolet introduces Black Magic, a new Cavalier with super-tuned suspension, ground effects, multi-port fuel injection, and so much more. What it is a new Cavalier with the bloodlines of Corvette and Camaro. New Cavalier C24, a quick little fox, raised by wolves.
In sports, timing is everything, and the same goes for watching sports. If your timing is a little off, you could miss some great action. No one knows that better than ESPN. That's why we offer our monthly sports guide. The ESPN Sports Guide gives you the inside track and the greatest variety of sports programming offered today. Every race, every game, every instructional series, every rewarding promotion, challenges, action, the best sports news. ESPN has it all. Why play hit or miss with your favorite events? For less than 42 cents an issue, you can guarantee yourself a seat at all your favorite games. That's $4.95 for 12 exciting months of Sports Guide. To subscribe, call 1-800-544-1000 or send your check to Sports Guide, Box 1840, Bristol, Connecticut, 06010. Act now. After all, timing is everything. And now is the time to order your ESPN Sports Guide.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
We're going to talk to Sunshine first, and then we'll get, Blackjack Mulligan will be coming along. I don't know if you saw last week when Raven showed us the blue eyes that you popped on her, but she certainly put a challenge back at you, Sunshine.
I'd like to get straight to the point, if I may. I guess Missy and her daddy are laying up somewhere laughing. They think this is real funny. Missy, I don't think it's funny. your daddy's sending this monster after me. But I do know one thing. She says I hit her in the nose. It doesn't matter how it happened. She has 2 black eyes. She forgot to ask how long I've been here and if I know anything, and I do. All right? You come after me again, it's going to happen again. I'm not going to be the only one bruised. I got to admit, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But I don't think you are either now, do you?
Okay, Sunshine, thank you. Blackjack Mulligan is over here. We're going to talk to him. Now, there's been a lot of problems. Here he comes.
Whoa! No, wait, just hold it. Don't show nothing. Don't show no tape. A bruiser, brody. A dirty, a filthy, stinking assassin. I know you got the tape. I know you're going to...
I'm going to show the tape.
No, you ain't showing nothing. Just a minute. Because I got a lot to say, brother. A dirty, stinking assassin like Bruiser Brody. Back jumping, claim jumping, stinking, filthy polecat. Because you're no good, son. You're rotten. Your mama didn't like you. Your family threw you out. I know the boy from all the way from grade school. He was nothing. He was no good from the beginning. Always a back jumping. Always when there was a fight out somewhere, there was 2 or 3 of them to help you out, to be sure everybody breaks it up.
I still think we ought to show the tape.
No,
because it really...
Okay. Because I want to tell you something, you back jumping polecat. Out in Sweetwater, Texas, at the Rock Inn about 2 a.m. every Saturday night when I was a baby, when I was growing up, when there was some trouble inside, we'd all go out back and we would settle our differences the way we wanted to. And they become to be known as the Texas bunkhouse matches. Because all you got to do is show up out back at the Rock Inn wearing anything you want to, have anything you want to with you, have a hog leg on your side. It makes no difference because it was the best man win. Now I'm telling you something, you yellow-bellied rat, back jumping, you're nothing. Oh. If it's Philadelphia, if it's New York, if it's Dallas, Brody, I want you so bad. This has been brewing for a long time. Yeah, I want to see that tape. Yes, I want to see it. But I want you and the people of the world to see something because the whole world knows. Take a look at this, brother.
You got some spurs on.
See what these are?
Yep.
Razor sharp, daddy. And they're going to rip you apart. They're going to cut you apart in a Texas bunkhouse match. They're going to kick your tail. These size 15s are going to bust you like you never been before. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Brody. All you got to do is show up. Hold it. Come on.
I'm going to move out of the way here. Wait a minute, okay.
Let me tell you something, Big Mouth. You don't need to look at no tape. You got something to ask me? You ask me to my face. You call me a name to my face. Let me have it. Let me hear what you got to say now that I'm here. Come on, let me hear. Are you going to sucker punch me? I wouldn't have to do that. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Don't come around here telling nobody you're from Texas. You're from Hoboken, New Jersey. Came down here and your car broke down and you've been here ever since. Start punching. We wouldn't claim nothing like you. All right, you big bully. Let me tell you something, Brody. You've been asking for this for a long time, and then just like your old lady, big mouth. I catch your old lady. I catch your old lady. I'm gonna whip.
Well, here we go. Brody and Blackjack Mulligan. After all that, they're fighting, battling each other in the ring as we got our interview situation going here. And, you know, this thing, here's the spur now that Mulligan was talking about. And that spur is sharp. Mulligan and Brody will be meeting at Reunion Arena on July 4th. They've already had a series of confrontations, and it looks like they're continuing as they're battling now in the ring. There's that spur ripped across the left eye of Bruiser Brody. Mulligan calling Brody all sorts of names, and once again, there's that spur again. And Mulligan has used the spur to rip Bruiser Brody's head. But the crowd yelling Bruiser. And Bruiser bloodied up by big Blackjack Mulligan. as these two huge men, both around 300 pounds, but Brody's coming back. Big right hand by Mulligan. And here comes the grapplers coming in. Both grapplers. Steve Simpson. We also got Rick Rude trying to get these two huge men separated as this war of blood and gore goes on. Mulligan and Brody, the grapplers. Steve Simpson's in there trying to hold these two men apart as a grappler called Brody, or rather Mulligan called Brody about everything in the book that could be published.
Come on, easy.
Now Brody breaks free. Mulligan is still held by Rude, and this war continues. Now they got Brody down, now they got Mulligan out, and it looks like we've got this thing separated now. Not quite.
I'll kill you, Brody! Catch a street fight! Anywhere! Wait, Jeff, wait till you're...
Well, we're just trying to get Mulligan in as he makes some more comments. Brody trying to get away from the ring, and now they get Mulligan out of here. Well, looks like a little bit of calm has returned to the arena. So, we'll look forward to more action, and we'll be back with more right here on World Class Championship Wrestling.
What would you like?
Well, I don't know. What do I feel like?
Why not try something you've never had before?
Is that a line?
No, it's a drink. Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler. It's wet, it's dry, it's new, and it's Seagram's.
You sound like a commercial.
You buying it?
The drink? Yeah. But not the line.
It's a start.
New Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler. It's wet and it's dry.
Give that man a Slim Jim. Slim Jims all around. On the dive or on the road. Or just plain sitting down. All right, Slim Jim. The spicy meaty snack. Then you want to change from chips and nuts. You just keep coming back. One more time. Give that man a Slim Jim. The spicy meaty treat. Hey, give yourself a Slim Jim. So good to eat.
When the big Q flows, America goes.
You the Mr. Bailey that's selling the car?
You buying?
Depends. How's it run?
Great. Always on Quaker State.
That's good.
Quaker State means performance. You could depend on quality.
I've heard that.
One-of-a-kind formula. Stable viscosity. Keeps flowing. Protecting.
You sold me.
The core?
And the oil.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
For all those performance cars that want to keep performing even in wet, sloppy weather, Goodyear introduces the Eagle GT Plus 4. High performance and all-weather performance in one remarkable tire. The Eagle GT Plus 4. The performance won't be canceled by the weather. You either have Goodyear Eagles or you need them.
America's high school students are doing their best on ESPN Scholastic Sports America. I'm Chris Fowler. Please join me every Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN.
This is the Tag Team Challenge match. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Introducing first with a combined weight of 478 pounds, grapplers number 1 and grappler number 2. And across the ring, they're very worthy opponents with a combined weight of 453 pounds, the fabulous U.S. Express. Brock Lopez, your referee.
A tag team event here with the U.S. Express. The Batten brothers across the way, and grappler 1 and 2 on this side. And you can tell the difference between them because of the difference in size lettering of grappler on the side of their trunks. We'll put this grappler, who has the larger lettering, as grappler 1. The other grappler, who has a smaller lettering on his tights, is grappler 2. As far as the Express, well, they're so identical twins that it really makes a little difference. They're identical in everything they do. So away we go with this tag team event. Rather an interesting confrontation, long, violent confrontation between Blackjack Mulligan and Bruiser Brody. Boy, you know, you get in with those guys, you realize what size is in comparison. Feel like a piece of sandwich meat in there. Those are two huge men. You don't want to get caught in the middle. The U.S. Express delivering the goods right now as they have grappler 1 tied up and work him in their corner, 1 and 2. The U.S. Express doing their job. And they just continue to come right back and forth. That's the ideal situation. Keep one rested, keep one working. But the grappler 1 has some other ideas. And grappler 1, who was the Texas heavyweight champion for a while, took it from Brian Adias, is one of the wrestlers of academic qualifications. He knows just about everything there is to know about the business of wrestling. And he also knows a lot about the business of being tough. So the Baton Boys are in, the U.S. Express, an arm of grappler 2. A double whammy on the Express. And the grapplers have things in tow right now. But here comes the Express in to help his partner. A forearm shiver. And a roar going on now in the grappler's corner. And the crowd picking up USA. Ten minutes gone in this bout. This tag team adventure here on World Class Championship Wrestling. By the way, in mid-July, World Class Championship Wrestling will be making a big tour in Providence, Rhode Island, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Albany, New York, and Manchester, New Hampshire. So be sure to look forward to a note where they'll be appearing in your community. Great country, great fans of world-class championship wrestling in those areas. The tour of world class. Now the USA Express trying to pop out of trouble right now. That's the grappler 1. Doing quite a job in there. No, it's grappler 2. Got so many grapplers in USA 1 and 2. Who are 1A and 1-1. Oh, neckbreaker. And the grappler 1, 2, not 3 though. U.S. Express is out of there. Oh, they got them both in the ring now. There goes grappler 1 and 2, and a flying drop kick, a flip over the back. And the U.S. Express trying to put down these two grapplers. They got them groggy. They're still working on them. Get them a double suplex right here. Up and over. On top. Now grappler 2 comes in. That might be it right there. Nope. Rocco Lubitsch remembered who was what. So they couldn't pull it off. Now the exchange over there by the Express. And the rested one is in the ring. A roll up. 1, 2, 3, and the Express outsmarted the grapplers. USA Express coming in, replacing the tired one. And that's identical. You can pull that one off. Let's go down to Joe Ranelli.
And the winners of that exciting tag team challenge match, the fabulous U.S. Express.
And we'll be back with our main event. Chris Adams and Rick Rude next on World Class Championship Wrestling.
To Red Hot LA, it's red fighting you across the USA. Saturday nights and real cool jazz, red neon lights and razzmatazz. There's a feeling in the city, the real thing's coming through. Coca-Cola Classic, red, white, and you.
I did it. An A. Terry Baker, boy genius. An A. Big Mac fries and a Coke, please. Even Jerry Miller clutched. Mr. Math, the Wizard, Mr. Everything. Nothing. Because out of nowhere, who comes from behind? Boom, score an A. Me. This has got to be brain food.
Hey, did my study notes help?
Oh, a little.
Alpha team, aggressor tank spotted.
In a battle drill, you need horsepower, firepower, people power. That's teamwork.
Moving tank, track front, 2,000.
This team uses a computer, thermal sight, laser rangefinder.
Yeah! All that you can.
We win, the whole tank wins. The whole team wins, not just one person.
Find your future in the Army.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Next week, here on World Class Championship Wrestling, our main event, an exciting tag team adventure featuring the Von Erichs, Kevin and his cousin Lance Von Erich, against Big Mean Blackjack Mulligan and his partner, the World Heavyweight Champion, Rick Rude, the Ravishing One. And they'll be supported by a great cast of other World Class Championship Wrestling stars. All this next week, right here on World Class Championship Wrestling. And we'll be back with our main event in just a moment.
Give me a light. Bud Light. Oh, the chili.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light. No, Bud Light.
Bud Light, because everything else is just alike.
She's beautiful, Grandpa.
Was when my grandpa brought me here back in 1986. Gave me this U.S. Liberty coin.
Wow, that's a beauty, too.
Mighty precious, minted by the U.S. Treasury to celebrate her centennial.
Is that why your grandpa got it?
And so I could give it to you.
United States Liberty coins, singly or in sets at banks, savings and loans, and Kmart stores. Keep Liberty in mint condition forever.
Excuse me, I'm looking for...
Tall, cold, frosty one, big foamy head, rich and creamy.
No.
3 A&Ws.
Root beer!
A&W root beer. It's got that frosty mug taste.
Pour yourself a frosty one. A&W.
No. What do you guys do for a living, huh?
These days, it's not easy for your New England Olds dealer to have a social life, because everywhere he looks, there are Olds 88s he's got to sell. For him, it's a nightmare. For you, it's a dream come true, because he's offering 5.9 annual percentage rate GMAC financing on any new Olds 88. The length of finance contract is limited. Your New England Olds dealer has 88 zillion Olds 88s he's got to sell.
Please, make them go away.
Billy Martin may be back in Yankee pinstripe.
The latest news.
Oklahoma and Nebraska are tied at 21 with a minute remaining.
Scores updated every 5 minutes.
Jack Nicklaus has just won the Masters.
The biggest stories, the fastest scores, just a phone call away all day, every day. ESPN Dial Sports, 1-900-976-1313. The numbers for scores, headlines, and ESPN program information. ESPN Dial Sports, 1-900-976-1313.
This is the main event, one fall, 60-minute time limit. Introducing first, Percy Pringle III presents his pride and joy, the world-class wrestling heavyweight champion from Minnesota, 245 pounds, ravishing Rick Rude. And very capable opponent from England, 237 pounds, the gentleman, Chris Adams. This is a non-title bout, your referee, Bronco Lubitsch.
And away we go with this main event. And Chris Adams jumps right into the fray and in a hurry starts before the bell and hammers Rick Rude right out to the floor. A preview of a world-class Championship Wrestling Association championship match, which will be coming up on July 4th, as Chris Adams body slams Rick Rude out on the floor. A preview of the action to come at Reunion Arena on July 4th, as the next time they'll meet, it'll be for the championship. Oh, hammered with that bell ringer now on the side of the head of Rick Rude. Boy, Chris Adams is just come to war. Percival Pringle hiding over here on the other side of the ring, getting away from viewing this awesome destruction of his man by gentleman Chris Adams. And Chris working with just one available eye to measure everything. Oh, messed that one up, because Rick Rude made the move at the right time, and that might just give Rude an opportunity to get back in this match. The champion is a tough one, very capable, and he can do right that. A quick suplex. But he is groggy, he is beaten right now, and he's got to come back. He is really having trouble getting himself back into shape because of the quick and very devastating attack put on him by gentleman Chris Adams. A clothesline by Rick Rude, trying to get back in this match and take it in a hurry. 1, 2, that won't go. Percival Pringle objecting to the count, but he objects to everything. It's going to be another body slam. Oh, high in the air. Taking the straight. There's a jam in the throat by Rude, too, but Chris Adams fights out. Well, Chris has been doing a marvelous return to wrestling, utilizing just his good right eye. And talking to him, hopefully that it won't be too long before he can remove that patch and be 100% in sight. He is doing a wonderful job just maintaining his ability to return as he is. But he looks to the day, and so do we, when he can remove that and be 100%. Right now, he's got 100% of Rick Rude wrapped around him. And Percival Pringle, a lot more involved and a lot more pleased at what he sees now that Rude is back. But so does Adams seem to be back. A man who can recover quickly, has great recuperative powers, and comes off the rope. Watch this move now. Oh, a knee to the midsection by Rick Rude, and the champion getting ready for a high fly act right here, which he does in the back of the head of gentleman Chris Adams. You see, it was gentleman Chris Adams who won a pole match just recently against 11 other competitors, and at the time of that pole was a contract for a World Heavyweight Championship match against Rude at Reunion Arena on July 4th. So Chris won that. Last week, Chris Adams, Kevin Von Erich, and Lance Von Erich were all teamed up in a tag team match against Rick Rude, Jack Mulligan, and the Great Kabuki. Mulligan threw Kevin over the top rope, and the Von Erichs and Chris won for the disqualification of the other side. Right now, it is ravishing Rick Rude with a reverse chinlock on gentleman Chris Adams. Personal while Pringle is bothering Bronco Lubitsch, and Percival bothering him too much. Put him down on the floor. In the meantime, Chris Adams was being ripped across the eyes by Rick Rude. There goes Chris. Here comes Rude, and now let's see if Rude gets back with that bell ringer. Now that's going to be down across the chairs and the table. So Rude getting a little bit of revenge for what happened to him in the opening moments of this bout. The Von Erichs will be intact as they defend their six-man World Tag Team Championship at Reunion Arena on July 4th. Kevin and Lance will be joined for the first time in nearly a year by Mike Von Erich. Their brother comes back for his return to World Class Championship Wrestling on July 4th. Kerry Von Erich in the hospital in Dallas, recovering from a broken leg suffered in a motorcycle accident a couple weeks ago. He had surgery on that right ankle and will be out for a month and a half, 3 months or so. That takes a little while to knit. Chris Adams right now caught by Rick Rude in a reverse chinlock. Rude hammering away on the inside. And the gentleman from England, got a crack across the back of the head on that flying drop kick.
Just give me the chance. Give me the chance.
Here goes Chris. Whoa, there goes Rude. What a great move by gentleman Chris Adams. And Percival Pringle III is now just a bit concerned. Here comes Adams back with a roundhouse uppercut. A thrust super kick. Chris Adams with his super kick on Rick Rude. Chris got him. Oh, that's tough. On top. 2. And a leg on the bottom rope. A suplex for Mr. Rude. Chris Adams trying to put the champion away. 1, 2, but not enough for 3. Adams thought it was a slow count by Bronco Lubitsch. Percival Pringle has complained about that. When you're just about winning, you want him to go real quick. There's a super kick right on the button by gentleman Chris Adams. He just flipped his head full of perspiration on. Whoa, there's Percival Pringle now messing up Chris Adams. Pringle with his cane, upsetting Chris on the top rope. 2, 3, and Rick Rude is the winner. Now, had Percival Pringle done that in a championship match and had been caught, it would have been a disqualification. And he'd been caught on disqualification and would have lost the championship. This is a non-championship match. So it looked like Chris Adams had everything going. Now here comes David Manning in, representing World Class Championship Wrestling Association. And Manning is telling the story. And it's a change. Chris Adams is the winner. Rude from behind. David Manning watching this battle in the offices of World Class Championship Wrestling and saw Percival Pringle upset Chris Adams on the top rope. Here comes Chris and Rude, and a roundhouse right again, and Chris Adams with a right uppercut and another right uppercut and a super kick. And there goes Rude. He's had enough. Gentlemen, Chris Adams beating the champion. He had him beaten except for Percy Pringle. At least it looked like he did. But this certainly sets it up for July 4th. Here's Joe Vanelli.
And Bronco Lopez with David Manning coming down have declared Chris Adams the winner.
Gentlemen, Chris Adams given the victory over the champion Rick Rude in a non-championship match. And we'll be back in a moment to tell you more about World Class Championship Wrestling.
Hey, cola lovers, you'll love this. Now there's cherry cola slice with 10% juice.
We got the juice, we got the twist. Cherry cola slice. We got the cherry cola's mist. Cherry cola slice. It's got real juice. It's a one-of-a-kind cola, only one you find cola. It's a very cherry cola slice. It'll really blow you over. Cherry cola, move over for this very cherry cola slice. We got the juice.
Diet too.
Cherry cola slice.
Are you ready to get the right deal? Are you ready to get behind the wheel? The right deal's waiting for you right now. And if you're ready, you can drive it home.
You'd better be ready, because your Toyota dealer is ready to deal. Ready with selection. Ready to put you in the #1 selling small truck. See your Toyota dealer now.
The right deal, right now. Who could ask for anything more?
Dear Certs, in the museum, looking at the Manet, I backed into a real Certs encounter, right in front of the Monet.
Only Certs has that lively, fresh flavor and glistening drop of Retsin, so it's all you need to keep your breath fresh.
Thank you, Certs.
When the burning, itching, and soreness of hemorrhoids flare up, Tux medicated pads give you soothing, cooling relief on contact. For hemorrhoid flare-up, get Tux from Park Davis.
Where do you go for a great burger? Ask anybody.
Right up the road, left at the sign. My way, your way, one at a time.
Burger King broils over flames for a taste more like a backyard barbecue. The way a burger should be. Ask anybody.
This is a Burger King town. It's made just for me. This is a Burger King town. We know how burgers should be.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Well, with that victory, gentleman Chris Adams certainly stands a great chance in his challenge against Rick Rude on July 4th at Reunion Arena for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's good to see Chris Adams coming back so strongly. Now, next week, our main event will feature Lance Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich against Blackjack Mulligan and Ravishing Rick Rude. We hope you'll join us again next week right here on World Class Championship Wrestling. I'm Bill Mercer. Great to have you with us, and so long, everybody.
ESPN, America's leading sports television network, is now available to audiences around the world. Over the years, you've known us for our broad diversity and extensive coverage of exciting sports spectaculars, which include such favorites as hockey, auto racing, boxing, football, golf, basketball, horse racing, tennis, and a wide range of special interest sports. Now, these thrilling, action-oriented programs encompassing over 40 different sports are available for distribution in your country. Las Vegas and the Calgary Stampede. Growing in popularity, rodeo was featured as an exhibition sport at the Calgary Winter Olympic Games.
Rat, back jumping, you're nothing. Oh.
The sport of bodybuilding has taken on wide acceptance in recent years, and ESPN's expanding coverage brings the world's best bodybuilders into focus. Now, take a look at ESPN's recreational and outdoor programs. They are instructional and informative shows that focus on the great outdoors, condo market. ESPN offers a broad range of high-quality youth coaching and sports fundamentals tape of a live telecast. And ESPN also provides international sound to allow you to add your commentary. Furthermore, we can provide access to live feed as well as commentary positions to personalize your broadcast. At an efficient cost, come to ESPN.
The LPGA Championship is one of 4 majors in women's golf. This event brings out the very best in the great players. The legendary Mickey Wright won a record 4 times, and Kathy Whitworth has 3 championships. In 1982, Jan Stephenson made this short putt to seal a 2-shot win over Joanne Carter. From 1981 to 83, Jan would win a major championship each year. She's here this year looking to become the 9th player to win this title at least twice. The LPGA Championship belonged to Patty Sheehan in 83 and 84, coming from 7 shots back on the final day with a string of 5 birdies on the backside to beat Sandra Haney in 1983. In 84, she joined Mickey Wright as the only back-to-back winner of this prestigious event. She shot a course record 63 and a tournament record 16 under 272 in a 10-shot victory. Last year, Nancy Lopez won for the second time. She opened with a 65, and she closed with a 65, hitting shots like this. Lopez won by 8 strokes and missed Sheehan's tournament record by 1. Nancy's not here to defend her title this year. She gave birth to her second child this past week. But the favorite is Red Hot Pat Bradley, who became the first player to pass the $2 million mark in earnings and is looking for her first LPGA championship. Mazda presents the Mazda LPGA Series. We're at Kings Island outside of Cincinnati, Ohio for the 32nd LPGA Championship. Today's coverage is being brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. The more you look, the more you like Mazda value. By Michelob Light, super premium taste and a less filling beer. Who says you can't have it all? By Job's Spice. Job's does the job at the roots. And by Nabisco Brands, a strong supporter of golf and its charitable activities. And we welcome you to Kings Island, some 25 miles north of Cincinnati, for our second round coverage of this, the 32nd LPGA Championship and the second major of the year for the LPGA Tour. Hi, everybody. Along with Bruce Devlin, I'm Roger Twyville. Nancy Lopez, the defending champion, is not here, and there's a very good reason. We congratulate Nancy and her husband, Ray Knight, on the birth of their second daughter. Someone asked last year, Bruce, when Nancy was winning 5 tournaments and over $400,000, how do you stop Nancy Lopez? Say, well, she is pregnant again, and that's what she did. And we congratulate her once again on the birth of her second child. But the person to contend with here this week is the red-hot Pat Bradley. She has, of course, passed the $2 million mark, the first person in LPGA history to do that. She's won twice already this year, and she's on a roll.
Well, I think it's marvelous for the LPGA itself for Bradley to have played so well this year. She had to win over 200,000 as we watch her now. This for her birdie at 18, a little earlier, and you can see comes up a little bit short.
She shot a 5 under 67 during the first round and currently 1 under on today's round.
Right, and she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, Roger, before this golf tournament's over. She's obviously at the top of her game. She won the first major this year, the Nabisco Diner Shore Tournament.
It was pointed out, of course, by watching the putt of Julie Inkster. Inkster, by the way, is on a streak in her last 2 starts. She finished 3rd at the GNA Classic and, of course, won the Women's Kemper on the island of Kauai.
Beautiful, healthy trees and shrubs like these should have a balanced fertilizer. A balanced fertilizer like Job's Tree and Shrub Spikes. Job's makes the feeding easier, too. Just pound Job's solid spikes of fertilizer into moist ground around all your trees and shrubs, especially young ones. They'll get enough food for a full year's growth. Right now is a great time to use Job's. Job's Tree and Shrub Spikes, Evergreen Spikes, and Fruit Tree Spikes. Job's makes tree and shrub feeding easier.
Madeline Kahn on having it all.
What is this fascination we have with having it all? Haven't you ever wanted it all? Just a tiny bit. Michelob Light has it all. Superb taste in a less filling beer. But is having it all the answer? Is it really so wonderful to be wealthy, glamorous, and have an unbelievable singing voice?
Yes! Michelob Light, you can have it all.
My daughter came out to visit, and the guys at Mazda lent me this 323 for her to drive. She knew right away it wasn't just another small car, because it's more like a small road car. Smooth, quiet, solid, and roomy. I even told her, if she wanted to get one, with her own money, what a good deal it is. I'm really glad she's grown up to be sensible and practical, just like her old man.
Yeah. Right, Dad.
What goes great with happiness? Something sitting on a Ritz. Everything will taste better when it's sitting on a Ritz.
That golden Ritz taste makes food taste great.
When it's sitting on a Ritz.
Look at her.
She gave her butter to New Bluebonnet Butter Blend. What's the world coming to?
They wanted a real buttery taste.
They got it in New Bluebonnet Butter Blend.
I hear Bluebonnet Butter Blend tastes creamy rich and real buttery. Well, they'll never get our butter.
Never.
Introducing Bluebonnet Butter Blend. It tastes buttery because there's butter in it.
Blue's definitely your color.
Oh, thank you.
This is Dinah at the Nabisco Diner Shore Tournament. Brought to you by Nabisco Brands. Wheat Thins, Junior Mints, Planter Snacks, Royal Gelatin. Don't go away. The best is yet to come.
Nabisco.
Spirits are rising Monday on ESPN when America's best pep squads show their most daring moves in competition for the 1986 High School Cheerleading Championship. Then the road to the Stanley Cup continues. ESPN shows you the best NHL playoff game with scoring highlights of all the other matchups. After the game, SportsCenter has up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from the world of sports. Monday here on ESPN.
Thank you, Donna. Pat Bradley remains atop our leaderboard with a 4-under par 68 today, but a lot of folks are chasing her. 2 shots back, one of whom you met just moments ago, Mindy Moore. Now meet another. One of the great things about covering sporting events is you get to meet longtime friends. Notice Betty Burfeind, I didn't say old friends, I said longtime friends. And I asked Betty, how much are you playing? And her answer was?
Not at all.
But here you are with a 70.
Yeah, I have to work for a living now, Jim. So I'm teaching now, really. That's my full-time job, and I play in this tournament once a year because I'm still eligible.
But you are teaching here in the Springs area?
I teach at the Springs Club right here in Rancho Mirage.
And you just come out for this one tournament, and here you go with a 70 today.
Sure, I'm just tickled pink. This is in my backyard, and I might as well play it. It's the only game in town this week.
But how about the legs and the concentration when you don't play that much and don't play the tour to do it once a year?
Well, it is difficult. That's why I'm so pleased with today's round, because since I retired in '82, I've had trouble getting prime for one tournament. It's very difficult. So I've been working hard since December just to make a good showing, since this is my last year of eligibility, and I just wanted to play well and have a good time this year.
Did you amaze yourself today, or was it about what you expected, the way you've been practicing?
No, I was planning on this. I mean, I wasn't planning on 70, but I was planning on doing well because I've prepared well and I'm mentally very good. That's really where my preparation has made the difference this year. I've changed my attitude a little bit and decided this was going to be fun instead of hard work and frustration and struggle. And it seems to be paying off.
2 under 70, Betty Burfeind. I hope I talk to you again tomorrow.
I hope so too, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Let's go to 12 and Bob Goldby.
We're at the 12th hole, 352-yard par 4. Amy Alcott.
Got to come back to the right.
No, it goes left a little bit, and she's left it about 6-8 inches away.
It's not that bad a putt, though. And we move forward now to the 18th, and this is the group of Hollis Stacy, Julie Inkster, and Patty Sheehan. Hollis is 2 over for the tournament, so she is even today. And she was in, with her second shot, she was in that deep bunker on the right side, and we weren't sure whether or not she was going to go for the green, but she did go for it with an excellent shot.
She hit an excellent shot because that bunker that guards the right portion of this fairway here is quite deep, and she had a big lip to go over there, and that's taking a big chance going to this flag.
For birdie and to be 1 over for the tournament, and 5 shots out of the lead with 36 to go, and she's got it. If it doesn't hit the hole, it just keeps right on going.
That's that if, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It did.
Yes. Now Julie Inkster will be putting next. She is the leader. Now, Lee, would you give me the same description of the 18th that you gave me yesterday?
All I said yesterday was this hole is very difficult. It plays 487 yards. It's not as easy as you think. You've got water to the left on your drive. You've got a bunker that guards the right side. You've got 3 trees that guard the left side. You've got water to the left on your second shot. You got a bunker on the right for your second shot. You got water in the front, left, back, and right. So I'll tell you, it's not an easy hole.
You've made a believer out of me.
Well, people look, you know what happens is people pick up a newspaper and they read and they say, well, they're playing par 5s at 887 yards. That's not a very long par 5. But you've got to put those shoes on. You come out here and you play this hole, and it becomes very difficult. Did I say 887 yards? I meant 487
well, I thought you were
yards.
just stretching it a little, you know. It's all right. This is for birdie. And to be 5 under at the halfway point. The first major of the year. Oh,
just went off the right side, Charlie.
Sliding by on the right-hand side. And we'll be back with more of the second round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore in just a moment.
The one big question when it comes to trucks is who? Who gives you a powerful 2.4-liter engine? Toyota. Who gives you more standard payload than any truck in its class? Toyota. Who gives you 3-across seating? And who does it all for only $62.98? The 1986 Toyota Standard Bed is who? The #1 selling small truck in America. Who else? Nobody.
Who could ask for anything more? Toyota.
This cake was made with eggs, but has no cholesterol. What? This French toast was made with eggs, but has no cholesterol. What? Even this omelet has no cholesterol. What? Because they're all made with Fleischmann's Egg Beaters. Egg Beaters is 99% real eggs and 0% cholesterol. So cook your family's favorite recipes with eggs from our carton and see if you can tell the difference. Egg Beaters, 99% real eggs, 0% cholesterol. What?
In a society obsessed with staying young, consider for a moment something that can help you grow older. A diet low in saturated fats and cholesterol. Fleischmann's margarines are made from 100% pure corn oil. They're low in saturated fats and have no cholesterol. And Fleischmann's taste good. Fleischmann's, a way of life.
You know, somebody's adding sugar and salt to your cereal before you eat it. That's because most cereals come with sugar and salt already in them, up to 26 added teaspoons a box. But not Nabisco shredded wheat. It's the only leading ready-to-eat cereal with no added sugar and no added salt. Just the delicious taste of 100% toasted whole wheat. Now, if somebody's going to decide to add something to your cereal, shouldn't it be you? Nabisco shredded wheat, and nothing else.
Nabisco.
And it is time now to meet the leading money winner on the tour, one of those four we talked about, ever to win her first 2 tournaments consecutively, and that's Mary Beth Zimmerman, our leading money winner of the year. And Mary Beth, our congratulations, first of all, on those $94,000+ you had.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been really exciting this year.
Now, a 73 today, 1 over par for the day, but 1 under for the tournament. Only 3 shots behind Julie Inkster, who just finished, and 2 rounds to play.
Yeah, I feel good about it. If I can start making some putts and making some birdies, I'll be right back in there on the next 2 days.
The wind came up a little bit while you were on the back 9, the last 4 holes, the toughest 4 holes. Was the wind a problem for you on these last 4?
Oh, it was a little bit of a problem. It was a problem with club selection, and the couple of the holes were downwind, and the greens are very hard, so it was hard to hold them. And luckily I got through with pars with them, but they're playing a little tougher than yesterday.
Mary Beth, people know who you are now and will again before this year is over and in the years to come.
Thanks a lot.
Our leading money winner, Mary Beth Zimmerman, who is now 3 shots off the lead. Now let's go back up to Charlie Jones.
Thank you, Jim Simpson, as our coverage continues here in the second round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore. Julie Inkster did make the putt, did have her par here at the 18th, and is at the midway point in the tournament at 4 under par. And just a minute ago, Beth Daniel with a birdie attempt from 8 feet away at the 7th hole.
Yes.
And she has it. By the way, Alice Miller, the defending champion, finished at 9 over. She may not make the cut. We'll be back with more of our second round coverage in just a moment.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Got mommy's nose, got daddy's cheeks.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Now that granddaddy fish is right over there. Right there.
Your brand new car, your shining star, your golden years, your wedding tears. Leave it to the good hands, people. You're in good hands with Allstate.
For over 50 years, people have put their trust in Allstate.
We made it. Welcome to the neighborhood.
We protect their homes, their cars, their businesses, and their families. Let Allstate take care of your insurance with straight talk and solid value.
And the simple promise that you can count on us to help protect what's important to you.
Your hopes, your schemes, your plans, and your dreams. Leave it to the good hands, people. You're in good hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Oh, beautiful for space.
delicious guys.
This summer, Holiday Inn is making it easier to take the kids to see the world's most fascinating country, their own. At Holiday Inn, our great rates can save you 20 to 50% when you reserve more than 7 days in advance. The number of rooms is limited, so call 1-800-HOLIDAY today and get 20 to 50% off with Holiday Inn great rates.
From sea to shining sea.
May I help you?
Name's Kiefer. I reserved a car for the day. A Firebird.
It's ready and waiting, Mr. Keeper.
Your ordinary everyday car rental doesn't have to be an ordinary everyday car. Not when National Car Rental rents cars like the Pontiac Firebird for just $35.95 a day weekdays, $24.95 a day weekends.
Hello, Kiefer. How was your ride in from the airport?
It was a blast.
Rent some excitement. Call National at 800-CAR-RENT.
1 cup Dutch cocoa, 2 cups peanut butter chips.
New Almost Home Fudge Peanut Butter Chip Cookies taste so homemade you can almost taste the recipe.
1/2 cup chocolate, 1 cup chocolate.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
This is a shot of beautiful Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage, California, from the Goodyear Blimp, Columbia. Nick Nicolari from Carson, California, is the pilot. And he is yet to return our salutations, Lee. I guess that wind is bothering him.
It's bothering him a little bit, but I think he can hear us.
He can hear. He's hanging in there.
Yeah.
Here's Marlene Floyd with the coverage.
This is number 7, par 4, playing 348 yards. That's Betsy King. She has an 8-iron, playing dead downwind. And she hit it just short of pin high, and look at it go. It's going to go all the way to the back.
Ooh. She's going to have a long putt, Marlene.
Here at the 18th.
Amy Alcott has pulled her second shot over by the bunker. She's coming. She's got a little downhill lie out of that rough. It's a difficult shot. Coming a little bit to the right. Is it far enough? Oh, no. I don't. It landed in the water, and I can't tell whether it jumped up on the bank or not.
It took one hop.
That was a very difficult. That's maybe one of the most difficult shots, Charlie, that you can have. You're in the rough. You've got a downhill lie. You're downwind, and you've got a pin that's cut very close to you.
Let's go back to Marlene.
This will be Kathy Baker's second shot, and she did bogey the 6th hole, so she's now +4 for the tournament. She has a 9-iron. You know, this is going to be a game of patience today, Lee. The greens are only going to get harder and harder with this wind. They're going to have to hit the front part and just hope that it won't go over. Ball a little above her feet. Should have a tendency to go left. And she has pulled it left off that lie. Oh, and it kicked back into the bunker.
Beth Daniel on the 8th tee.
5-iron, started to the right, drawing back. If it's enough, it is a good shot. Didn't quite clear that little knob, and look at it come back. Man, that is almost unfair.
And our leader, Pat Bradley. Well, one behind Julie Inkster, I guess, our yesterday leader. Pat Bradley had a pitching wedge, and she's pulled it well left again off of that lie. Ball was way up above her feet. And Pat is 3 under. She made par on the 6th hole.
Judy Dickinson Her third shot just a moment ago here at the 18th, Lee.
And you don't want to miss this shot, Charlie. She's got about 85 yards downwind. She's 5 over for the tournament at the moment. She's hit a little punch shot with a lot of spin. And look at that. Right in the hole. Huh? Isn't that something? She doesn't believe it. She says, how can you miss all those short putts and then hold this?
She goes from 6 over to 4 over.
Easy. 4 on for Donna Capona. Hooked it badly into the trees. Boy, that was one of her worst shots. Hit the tree and came down in the rough. But it looks like she's going to have a shot from there.
Let's take another look at that shot of Judy Dickinson here at the 18th.
Well, it's evident that she's trying to put a lot of spin. Watch how she uses the bottom portion of her body for this little punch shot. Didn't finish the swing. That's putting a lot of spin. But the first hop, boom.
Right in.
Right in the middle. And it doesn't make any difference how many times we show it to you, folks. It's going to do the same thing.
Every time.
That's fabulous. That's great.
This is Jan Stephenson at the 8th hole, 5-iron, 160 yards with a right to left wind, and boy, she struck it nicely, started to the middle of the green with a little draw, and that could run back in there. Break loose, get up that hill, stay up there. Nice shot for Jan Stephenson.
And so our second round coverage of the Nabisco Dinah Shore at the Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage, California continues. Julie Inkster leads by 1.
Hello out there. Listen, how would you like to save some money and get something I'm absolutely sure you can use and enjoy right now, right where you are? It's TV Guide, America's favorite television magazine, and here's the story. You call this toll-free number and take advantage of the special TV offer, and you get 30 weeks of TV Guide home delivered, and you get 3 months to pay, and you get the lowest price going, and that's a promise.
Yes, right now, call 800-445-4500 for 30 weeks of TV Guide at the lowest price going. 30 weeks of TV Guide in your mailbox for pennies a day. And you can pay in 3 easy monthly installments of just $5.75 each. 800-445-4500. Send no money, but call today. 800-445-4500.
TV Guide pays for the call. Call now. You'll be glad you did.
Here is the leaderboard. We're in the second round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore. Julie Inkster, who has finished today's round, and you'll have a chance to meet her in a few moments with Jim Simpson, and she is leading by 1. And this is the walk. This is an eagle walk, right?
Her feet have not touched the cart path yet.
I don't know why she went around and over the bridge. I think she could go right across the water.
Is that a mistake on the board, Charlie? It says that she finished with a 73 and she's +3 for the tournament.
We have her as +4. This is Betsy King.
Charlie, this is a long attempt for birdie. She's going to come up short. She hit a real good-looking iron in here, just a little short of the pin, and as you recall, it went all the way to the back. And she still has a good 4 feet to work on left for par. And she's in good shape. She's 3 under. So she could make this and start making a move out here in this wind. She could sure find herself in the deep hunt here. Pat Bradley had hit it pin high, but she's left with about a 25-footer. And this ball is kind of on a hogback. It's on the downslope. It'll break quite a bit from left to right, and it is a downhill putt. Wind's blowing about 25 miles an hour. I have to hold myself down.
You better get you some longer spikes in those shoes.
Well, Pat Bradley's going to lose that just on the right. Ooh. Just a hair more speed, and that was there.
And now let's meet the leader at the midway point with golfers still out, of course. Julie Inkster, she's with Jim Simpson. Jim.
And Julie, when you lead, you shouldn't be saying things like this. If you could get rid of 16, your shot lead would be 3 instead of 2. If all ifs, ands, and buts, but 16 has caused you trouble.
Yeah, I've been in perfect position off my drive every day. I kind of came over my 8-iron today and kind of got in the long stuff and kind of stubbed it out and made a routine bogey. But I'm playing well, so I can't let the bogeys get me down.
I don't know what Brian Inkster is saying, but Lee Trevino has started a Julie Inkster putting fan club. He loves your stroke.
Well, these greens are real quick, and you got to try to be real soft over the putter. And I didn't feel too good coming into this tournament putting too well, but I've got a few breaks and made a lot of short ones today, which you need to do out here.
Well, you've won one already this year. You won here before, but you got 2 rounds to go, and good luck over the next 2 days.
Thank you very much.
That is our leader, Julie Inkster. She is 4 under par. She's got a 1-shot lead. Pat Bradley is still out on the course. And, of course, we've seen that great shot by Judy Dickinson that gets her back in the hunt. But Julie is the leader, and more live coverage in a moment.
My Alexander loves my hair to smell as beautiful as it looks. So I use new L'Envie perfume shampoo and conditioners, made with their own fragrances similar to my favorite perfumes, like Giorgio, Opium, and others. My hair is surrounded in fabulous fragrance. It shines, it shimmers, feels sensually soft to the touch. L'Envie Parfum Shampoo, the essence of beautiful hair.
Have you tried an A1 steak burger yet? It's juicy, tasty, and delicious because A1 has special herbs and spices and was created for steak. And what's hamburger but chopped steak? A1 steak sauce makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers. Try it.
Get real fruit energy, concentrated in Del Monte fruit snacks like yogurt raisins or tropical fruit mix. Tasty, chewy snacks packed with concentrated fruit energy. They're a powerful good snack.
Make a splash and take a shot. You got the taste for looking hot. You'll knock them dead, putting on the red. Make a stir, it's not a sin. There's no regrets for giving in. You'll knock them dead, putting on the red.
New sugar-free Hawaiian punch drink mix, sweetened with 100% NutraSweet with only 4 calories a glass, so you can have that knockout taste you love and still knock them dead.
Putting on the red.
I don't want to feel bad about sugar. I want to feel good about me.
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. You've got new carefree sugarless gum, fresher taste that's sugar-free. Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree.
Carefree has such a great fresh taste. Why would anyone chew gum with all that sugar?
Feeling carefree. Let this go.
This is Dinah at the Nabisco Dinah Shore Tournament. Brought to you by Nabisco Brands, Wheat Thins, Junior Mints, Planta Snacks, Royal Gelatin. Don't go away. The best is yet to come.
Okay. The official score, we just had a little discrepancy and we wanted to double check to make sure. Judy Dickinson with the Eagle here at the 18th finishes +4. Julie Inkster in the clubhouse at the midway point is 4 under, with Pat Bradley, Daniel, and King all at 3 under, just a shot back. Let's go to Bob Goldie.
Yes, we're watching Beth Daniel surf a par putt from about 8 to 9 feet. She ran her first putt from 35 feet to this point behind the hole. A very difficult little putt. It's going to go right to left, and this is a fast green. The wind is blowing. We're up on a little bit of a knob, and sometimes the wind affects putting more than anything because it's such a delicate little stroke, especially on these fast greens. She's currently 2 under for the day, 3 under for the tournament, one of the tournament leaders, and she definitely needs this. Crucial par putt here at the 8th green. Ooh, she wiggled it in the low side. Beautiful. Great work.
Bob, do you do anything different when the wind's blowing real hard putting?
Well, I try to stand a little wider and get down, bend my knees a little more and choke up the putt a little bit. You know, the taller you are, the more chance you have of movement, and the less movement into the wind, the more solid you can brace your stance. Get a tripod stance. You'll putt a lot better. This is Jan Stephenson from about 2 feet. She was about 25 feet short of the hole and ran up to this point. She's done some nice approach putting. The only thing she's done wrong is tried to gamble on the 7th hole, and she put her ball in that bunker and she made a bogey. She's currently -1 for the tournament, even today. She taps in and remains -1 for the tournament as we move to number 9 tee.
Now, this is the 6th shot of Amy Alcott. She was in the water and then came to the green, walked back around, took the drop for bogey. Just had to watch it over her left shoulder.
That'll make her feel a little bit better. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Look at that reaction. Woo! At the 8th tee, Marlene Floyd.
Well, the wind's really gusting in their face now. This hole only plays about 160 to 165 yards, but we've got about a 20-mile-an-hour wind in their face. Pat Bradley has just gone to a 3-iron. And I know Pat Bradley can hit a 3-iron 185 yards. That's right center, well right of the pin. Looks like it's the right club.
She's just in the fringe, Marlene, but she's going to be a short and a long way from the flag.
Well, this is a great golf hole. The par 3s here at Mission Hill are real. All 4 of them are terrific par 3s. And again, we say you'd like to get through this tournament with par and all the par 3s, and of course make a few birdies on the 4s and 5s. But this hole is a great hole right now in the wind. Betsy King next to play, and she did 3-putt the 7th hole, and she will be back to -2 for the tournament. She also has a 3-iron. And she hit it real high. She's just a terrific ball hitter. And Lee, that looks like that's enough. That's a good shot.
Oh, it stopped immediately, and she's also going to be about 30, 35 feet away.
Well, she got caught in the second mound on that green. It's more or less a 3-tiered green. It looked like she hit into the hill. Kathy Baker also a 3-iron. Kathy Baker hits the ball about 10 to 15 yards shorter than Pat Bradley and Betsy King. I'm a little surprised that she would take a 3-iron unless she's going to hit a low shot.
People always ask the question of why are par 3s so difficult to play when you hit the same type of irons to par 4s and par 5s. And the reason is the green is constructed differently. When you play a par 3, it's a much difficult shot than if you're playing a par 4. They hide the flags, they put bunkers in different places on par 3s. That's what makes it more difficult.
The only thing that's nice about it, Lee, is we get a perfect lie on the tee, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do.
Kathy Baker is on the green, but she'll be short of the pin.
I'm glad with that explanation. I always wondered why I had problems with the par 3s. This is the 2nd round of the Nabisco Dinah Shore. We're just at the midway point of our 4-hour coverage, and Julie Inkster is leading by 1, $75,000, the first prize, the largest in women's golf. And now we'd like to welcome our neighbors to the north as Canada has joined us.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
I'm familiar with those roars because Jack and I went head-to-head in the PGA in '83, and I let those roars get to me then.
I'm not going to be out there forever. I don't want to be out there forever. But I also, while I can be out there, and while I can compete, and while I can contribute to be part of the game of golf, I want to.
I've never been a great Jack Nicklaus fan. Now, you're going to take that wrong, I'm sure.
I'm going to show you a drill that's going to enable you to gain maximum power and achieve maximum distance.
All this and more on Inside the PGA Tour. Brought to you by Exceptionally Smooth Michelob. Where you're going, it's Michelob. By Buick. For a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buick. And by Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. We asked PGA Tour pros and golf fans who they admired most.
Well, I respect anybody who really works hard, and you see them constantly working hard in their game. And well, the first person I think about is who I see working very hard, even though he's had great success last few years, Bernhard Langer.
I like every player.
Arnold Palmer, without a doubt.
I'd have to say Fuzzy. Really. Why? I think he's the closest thing to Arnold Palmer. And when I was growing up, Arnold Palmer was the man.
Oh, because he's Bowen. Okay, he's classy.
I really like Ray Floyd because of his professionalism on the golf course. I like the aggressiveness of a Seve.
Seve Ballester. Why? He's good looking.
We've been real fortunate in our sport that our great players have been really truly fine people. Going back to Byron Nelson and the Nicklases and Palmers and Watsons, guys who have really been good for our game.
Jack Nicklaus, he's done so much for the game.
I have great respect for the discipline and the talent that Jack Nicklaus has had through the years.
We've always had great players in the game, but I don't think any have compared to Jack Nicklaus in the modern era.
Jack Nicklaus. He just has it. He just has it.
Coming at you from Congressional Country Club, the Kemper Open. Be there for the great shots, the big hitters,
Crowd pleasers, fabulous birdies, and horrifying bogeys.
Spectacular putting.
And championship play.
Plenty of tension. The joy of winning.
And a great feel. Be seeing you at the Kemper Open. See it live May 31st and June 1st.
The first $2 million winner in LPGA history, Pat Bradley joined golf's leading ladies at the LPGA Championship Friday on ESPN. See the most competitive field in the tournament's history, the LPGA Championship, following live French Open tennis Friday on ESPN. Jack's back and ESPN's got him. Live at the U.S. Open starting Thursday, June 12th at noon Eastern. Don't miss a moment.
Betty Dorfman before the Nikon One Touch. Betty after the Nikon One Touch. The Parfit family before the Nikon One Touch. The Parfit family after. Mr. Dennis Pinkstaff before. Mr. Pinkstaff after.
This is great.
The new autofocus autoflash Nikon One Touch. It's so easy to use, it's given thousands of people something they've always wanted.
Oh, the baby's a week old. Got any pictures?
Pictures they can be proud of.
John Hausman for the investment firm of Smith Barney.
The New York Stock Exchange. Trading is over. Some tally their profits, some lick their wounds, and some still look for the ultimate financial formula. For over 100 years, Smith Barney has used only one investment formula. Good old-fashioned hard work. Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
You got to go with Nicklaus. He's done everything to do. He's a great man, great family man, great golfer, great person.
And there is no question in my mind that Jack Nicklaus is the greatest golfer that's ever strapped on a pair of cleats. That no one will ever compare to him. None. Never.
The Masters, 1986. Jack does it again. His 20th major professional title.
To win the Masters at age 46 on what I call a young man's golf course, to beat the best players that are in the game today, and they were all right there, to do it in the way that I did it, to do it where I was probably had as much composure and collected myself better than I'd ever have in my life, it's something I'm, pretty proud of.
It was a moment of pride and history that the entire sports world shared with Jack, especially his colleagues.
Sunday, I was in the group right in front of Jack Nicklaus. With what all was going on, especially on the back nine when Jack was making a lot of birdies, it was a little bit annoying for us trying to play right in front of him in that, you know, the crowds were yelling and screaming every time they made a putt or hit a good shot. In retrospect, looking back at it, it was really very neat to be that close to something, you know, that awesome happening, that type of history being made.
I've got so many friends that have told me he's over the hill and that he's seen better days and that he should just quit playing golf. He's taking up a spot, and I said, you know, all these guys said, gosh, you're crazy. This guy is great. What a short memory these people have. It just raised goosebumps on me when I heard that Nicklaus won the tournament.
Anytime that someone of his stature plays that well and does it with his son caddying for him, I think that really shows how much, you might say, feeling there is between he and his family.
It gave me an awful neat feeling to think that, you know, here he was. He's won 19 major championships, had a great career, and here he was, you know, busting his rear end to win another golf tournament, and all that he had done in the past didn't make any difference. It was this one what he was trying to do. And, you know, it's neat to see the people appreciated what he had done, and they were supporting him as to what he was doing right then. So it was neat. I'll always remember, and I was awful proud of him, I still am.
I think Jack considers himself a husband and father first and a golfer second. And he's made a big point in his entire pro career never to be gone from the children longer than 2 weeks at a time. And he kind of made the statement once. He said, I refuse to let my children go away to college and say, gee, I wish I'd known my dad. And believe me, they'll never be able to say that because he's been a great father.
But playing the game isn't the only thing that takes Jack away from his family. He began his architectural career in 1968 as consultant to Pete Dye for the famed Harbortown Golf Links. Architect Tom Fazio believes that since, Jack has been a major influence.
When Jack got into the design business and especially built Muirfield Village, here's a golf course that in a short period of time has got worldwide acclaim because of its quality and because of Jack, of course. But Jack has had a great influence on design and quality of golf. And in my opinion, certainly it's from my standpoint because of the design business, but I think that Jack has had a major influence and a major benefit to golf course design.
Jack has made an indelible mark on the world of golf. As architect, as player, his contributions demand attention and respect.
The best explanation that I've heard so far is what my wife Jean said. And she said, I think we're all very fortunate, those that have watched Jack over the years, and those of you that have competed should be very, feel very fortunate. She said every 100 or 1,000 years is a special person that comes around, like a Michelangelo or an Albert Einstein, a person of destiny. And she said, I really think Jack Nicklaus is that type of guy.
The golf's man of destiny is in the 25th year of his career, and even his recent triumph has not quieted the talk of retirement.
I've had people talking about retirement since I was about age 31 or 2. I love competition, and I don't want to retire. I'm not going to be out there forever. I don't want to be out there forever. But I also, while I can be out there, and while I can compete, and while I can contribute to be part of the game of golf, I want to.
Until now, most everyone made chicken one way, fried in oil. Now there's a more natural way. Ponderosa introduces char-broiled boneless breasted chicken. Broiled simply over an open fire, or have it barbecued, teriyaki, or Italian. With salad buffet, baked potato, a complete chicken dinner, now $3.99. Or as a sandwich for lunch with fries for $2.29. Char-broiled chicken, naturally at Ponderosa.
I have this amazing thirst. So what do you want? Something amazing to drink? Yeah, soft drink with incredible taste. Real juices. But with vitamins, too. You're dreaming. They don't make soft drinks like that. I wish they did.
The amazing soft drink.
Amazing.
Now they do.
At last, a soft drink with real Minute Maid juices.
It's amazing.
Minute Maid.
Ever
Ever since things have been made out of metal, there's been rust. And the way to fight rust is with Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum renews. Rust-Oleum restores. Rust-Oleum makes things look good longer. No ordinary paint can match its durability, because no ordinary paint has Rust-Oleum's unique protective barrier. Nobody fights rust like Rust-Oleum.
Used to be, all supermarkets were the same. It didn't matter where you shopped. Then one day, Giant Eagle changed all that. We dropped weekly specials, dropped double coupons, and all our prices dropped to absolute minimum prices. Well, folks switched to Giant Eagle, and with so many new customers, our prices stayed low. Of course, with fewer customers, the other stores' prices started, well, climbing out of sight. Drop in at the new Giant Eagle, and we'll change the way you shop for food.
Billy Martin may be back in Yankee pinstripe.
The latest news.
Oklahoma and Nebraska are tied at 21 with a minute remaining.
Scores updated every 5 minutes.
Jack Nicklaus has just won the Masters.
The biggest stories, the fastest scores, just a phone call away all day, every day. ESPN Dial Sports, 1-900-976-1313. The numbers for scores, headlines, and ESPN program information. ESPN Dial Sports, 1-900-976-1313.
They've had 4 perfect days for scoring, and I'm delighted to see scores like this. I think it's terrific that the guys can shoot scores like that. It just proves that the guys out here can really play golf, and when they get good conditions, they're going to shoot good scores.
The conditions in Muirfield Village were so perfect, in fact, that 13 golfers broke the previous Memorial Tournament record of 8 under par 280. Without the drying effects of the north wind, the greens were holding, and the Jack Nicklaus design gave in as it never had before. The red numbers piled up all week, but on Saturday, Hal Sutton emerged from the back with an eagle at 15. 3 straight rounds in the 60s gave him added incentive for Sunday's final round.
I've been hitting the ball well all week long, and that's what I wanted to continue to try to do and play one shot at a time and attack where I could. And if I got reasonable birdie putts, I was trying to make every one of them.
He made 3 of them on the front 9 Sunday, and after a big drive at 10, nipped an 8-iron inside 5 feet. His 5-shot lead seemed to rob the event of any finishing excitement. The kind of excitement Dan Halderson delivered on Saturday with a remarkable eagle from the fairway at 14. Halderson's brilliant play faded, though, and Sunday he slipped from contention. Other contenders like Johnny Miller, John Mahaffey, and Payne Stewart continued to put birdies up on the board, but they simply couldn't keep up with Sutton's torrid pace. One man could and did, however, and it was fitting that the tournament's host provide the fireworks which the final round had been missing. Starting at 8 under for the tournament, even par on the front 9, Jack Nicklaus mounted a back 9 charge that was reminiscent of his incredible performance at the Masters in April.
He's good at that. You look back over the records, and that's what he's really known for. He kind of, through the years, has laid back into the field, and he shot that great 3rd or 4th round that's ended up winning the golf tournament, and he's great at that. You just got to expect that. If you don't expect that, well, then you'll probably be shocked when he does it, and it'll get to you.
After taking Muirfield by storm with 6 straight birdies, Jack slipped back to mortality with 3 consecutive bogeys. He finished at 11 under par, tied for 5th, but not before giving the home crowd and fans across America another afternoon of golf to remember. It was memorable also for Hal Sutton's refusal to rattle.
I just made up my mind that this week I wanted to answer whatever he dished out. And he dished out a lot, and fortunately I was able to answer it.
Another player who responded to the Nicklaus challenge was Don Pooley. Last year's Barden Trophy winner played sub-70 golf the whole way, and a 5-under back 9 on Sunday enabled him to capture solo second. While Pooley was making a run, Sutton was holding 4 back 9 birdies of his own, the last from the bunker at the par 5 15th. With his 4-shot lead restored, Sutton came to 18 with bigger things in mind.
I was looking through the record book for the Memorial Tournament, and I saw very few people that had shot in the 60s down deep inside me, I wanted to try to shoot 4 straight rounds in the 60s here, and I knew that was asking a lot, but was able to do it. And I can tell you right now, you can bet when I hit that shot in the bunker on 18 there, and I certainly didn't want to make a double bogey and foul up and shoot 70 and only shoot 3 rounds in the 60s. I was trying to get the ball up there with a little pitching wedge into the green. Left it in the bunker trying to get it over that lip. Instead, I had a 4-iron out of the bunker left.
Sutton drilled the 4-iron 190 yards to within 25 feet of the pin. Not surprisingly, he was pleased with his play.
This is the best 4 rounds of golf that I put together on a real good golf course. Let's put it that way. And for that reason, it's very gratifying.
Gratifying indeed. With victories at Phoenix and now Memorial, Hal Sutton has joined Calvin Peete, Buzzy Zeller, and Andy Bean as the Tour's 4th two-time winner this year. With his winner's check of $100,000, Hal Sutton moved into 3rd place behind Greg Norman and leader Andy Bean. Of note is Payne Stewart, who is now only $3,500 shy of Craig Stadler's single-season record for money earned without a victory, $297,926. In the last 2.5 years, Stewart has amassed $808,976 without a win. In the Vantage Cup standings, Payne Stewart, with his tie for 7th at Memorial, crept closer to idle leader Bernhard Longer. This week, an MCI long-distance competition update. Billy Kratzert is currently in the driver's seat. After spending 8 weeks in the 2nd spot, he moved to the top of the standings. Willie Wood is just 12 yards behind in 2nd. And Bob Clay, in his sophomore season, is building his reputation as a long ball hitter. At season's end, MCI will award $30,000 to the driver with the most mileage.
In this competition, the more pro-ams you play in, the more opportunity you have to generate more yardage. And I'm going with the Ironman deal and see how many pro-ams I can play in.
Just when you need it, Buick has the ideal combination, the financing and the cars that fit your lifestyle. GMAC financing as low as 5.9% on LeSabre or 6.9% on most other Buicks is the lowest in years. Other finance rates available and will be higher as length of contract increases. Great financing available on Somerset, Skylark, Century, Electra, Regal, and Skyhawk. There's new low financing on them all. Would you really rather have a Buick?
John Hausman for the investment firm of Smith Barney.
Good investments don't walk up, bite you on the bottom, and say, we're here. Finding them takes good old-fashioned hard work, research, the kind they do at Smith Barney. Smith Barney is among a handful of top investment firms singled out for their work in research. Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
On tour, they call me Mr. Accuracy. In golf clubs, this is Mr. Accuracy, the Golden Ram Axial. Ram Science has created a perimeter-weighted forged club so you hit winners even if you don't hit it dead center. Has different lies to match your height and stance. To match your swing tempo and strength, it has different flexes and frequency match shafts to accurately match each other. Why do I play Golden Ram? Because in this game, you can never be too accurate.
This week, the commentary. From the rough, editor-in-chief of Golf Illustrated, Al Barco.
All right, look, I've never been a great Jack Nicklaus fan. Now, you're going to take that wrong, I suppose. I mean, after all, the guy just restored our faith in America, in middle age, and these huge mallet head putters. But hear me out. Jack is indeed one of the greatest golfers of all time. Personally, I like more the way Sam Snead hit the ball and looked doing it. Anyway, Jack has been the greatest winner and certainly the greatest finisher of a championship there's ever been. Otherwise, to my taste, Jack has always been too much of a manager, on course and otherwise. He's always seemed so smug in his self-assurance. Now, he earned it, true, but still. Then, at this last Masters, my attitudinal armor vis-a-vis Nicklaus was chinked. In the early rounds at Augusta, he wore the frustration of his diminished putting skills on his sleeve. He cringed, looked worried. It was reassuring to see him suffering like all the rest of us. Was there some pleasure in that for me, too? I suppose. Anyway, the turnaround began when Jack and his son hugged so exuberantly behind the 18th green at Augusta. There have been many stories of how great a father Jack has been, but now here is living proof of it in front of millions. I'm a sucker, too, for familial compassion and emotional sharing. And in the press room afterward, Jack was so loquacious, talking so openly about the troubles he'd had. You know, he had to be cut off. Well, the whole thing was so human. Oh, he'll probably get a little cocky again, I'm sure, but that's all right. I hope he wins again and gets his businesses going right, and I hope to see him cuddling his grandchildren, giving them lots of hugs and kisses. I think I will. I'm Al Barca.
The Practice Tee. Brought to you by the investment firm of Smith Barney.
My second year on tour, I made a swing change. It's one that's enabled me to hit the ball further and straighter with less effort. I know it'll do the same for you. The problem I was having is I was taking the club up, and I was allowing the club on the way down to get away from my body, and I was fighting the ball back to impact. I was losing a lot of power and a lot of energy. Now, I take the club up, I allow it to fall right back down that same path or slightly inside, which enables me to reach full extension and impact with total power and total release, which carries me to the finish. Now, here's a trick that will help you do this. You need a friend with a club. This is my friend Scott Ogle. Scott, if you'll hold the club in this fashion here and angle it slightly this way. Now, what we've done here is we've set up a line of flight or a line of extension from the inside to down the line and impact. Now, before, I would not have been able to swing underneath this club. And I would bet you that 90% of the amateurs in the country would also have the same fall I was having. That is, as they take it back, the club moves out over the top, and as they come back, they would hit the club every time. As a result, hitting from the outside in, losing valuable club head speed and distance. With the result of having this club here, it sets up the angle that I need to return the club on. So as I'm taking it up, I'm conscious of knowing that the club must come back underneath this club. As a result, I'm swinging close to my body, able to achieve maximum extension at impact, and as a result, obtain maximum distance. You know, it took me about a half an hour, but I got great results. I think you can do the same. Remember, with the club here, we're trying to return the club from the downswing underneath the shaft. This will achieve maximum power and maximum distance. Ultimately, you should be able to swing underneath this club without it even moving. Just remember, try not to hit his hand and try not to break the shaft.
You know, I've played a lot of roles as an actor, from a cop to a country singer. But in real life, I don't play roles. I do what works for me, whether it's my clothes or my credit card. And I don't carry my MasterCard for show. I carry it because it gives me all the possibilities and leaves the choosing to me. Possibilities and personal choice. That works for me. MasterCard. I choose it because I use it. MasterCard. Master the possibilities.
This is a full-size Chevy. That's a full-sized Ford. That Ford's got a 6. This Chevy is equipped with a V8. But did you know that Ford 6 is priced $147 more than this Chevy with a V8? So ask yourself, would you rather have the Ford or the Chevy? Simple. Unless you don't care about money.
Get 6.9 financing during Chevy's year-end clearance. Length of finance contract is limited.
Welcome to the new world, where all the rules have changed. A world of financial expertise to manage cash, build IRAs, finance mortgages, and a world of insurance protection for lives, health, and property. It's the world of the Travelers, one of America's strongest diversified insurance and financial experts. Have you looked under the Travelers umbrella lately?
Billy Margolis hated to paint. Then he found Easy Roller, the roller that feeds itself automatically. Now Billy paints a room in no time. No messy pans. He just fills the Easy Roller tank once in a while and keeps on rolling. Room after room. It's fast and it's easy.
Hey, Mitch, do you have a room I could paint? Huh?
Easy Roller by Easy Painter. It might make painting fun.
There's just one place you need to go for all the names and games making sports news. ESPN SportsCenter. 3 times every day, Chris Berman, Gail Gardner, and Greg Gumbel bring you the latest scores, the hottest trades, and the top plays from the world of sports. SportsCenter takes you on the road with live remotes from major events like baseball's All-Star Game and the U.S. Olympic Festival. SportsCenter, your total source for sports, only on the Total Sports Network, ESPN.
This week, the tour bids a fond farewell to historic Congressional Country Club as the venue for the Kemper Open. The site of the Kemper Open since 1980, the par 72 course is known for its lengthy contours. Its 7,173 yards plays mostly uphill to sloping greens. In the first Kemper Congressional, John Mahaffey birdied 18 and earned a 3-stroke victory over Craig Stadler. Stadler enjoyed great success in the first 3 years. He ran away with victories in 1981 and 1982. Fred Couples, after shooting a 77 on the final round, won in the famous 5-man playoff of 1983. On the first extra hole, he drilled a 5-iron to 1 foot and captured his first tour event. In 1984, Australian Greg Norman put the tour on notice as he won his first in the U.S. Last year, Bill Glasson shot a final round 66 and became the 3rd player in a row to capture his first title at the Kemper. This week is an end of an era, as next year the Kemper Open will be moving across the street to the TPC at Avenel. Adieu, Congressional. This week, the Kemper Open. In the Nabisco Challenge, the Kemper Open team is currently in 19th place, with Greg Norman leading the way. The steady play of Ray Floyd and Jay Haas keeps the Disney team ahead of the Los Angeles Open in the overall team standings. Next week on Inside the PGA Tour.
The caddy is the one guy that needs to be by his side, come hell or high water.
There's a certain zoological aspect to the PGA Tour nowadays. We've got a walrus, a great white shark, a golden bear. Significantly, however, there are no zebras out there. We'll talk about it.
And a recap of the Kemper Open. Next week, look for Inside the PGA Tour on these days. Check your local listings for correct times in your area. Inside the PGA Tour was brought to you by Buick. For a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buick. By Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. And by Ram Golf. The winning force in golf the last 6 years. Inside the PGA Tour was produced by PGA Tour Productions in association with Reed Dolph Incorporated.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Coming up on the ESPN SportsCenter, the leaderboard at the U.S. Open looked like a Long Island Expressway traffic jam today. We'll tell you who emerged from the pack. In baseball, we had first-place showdowns in both leagues. We'll show you how the Red Sox, Rangers, Astros, and Mets made out. And gentlemen were starting their engines in Oregon, Michigan, and north of the border in Canada today. We'll have highlights as they race for the checkered flag. Those stories and more coming up next on the ESPN SportsCenter.
Hi, and welcome to the ESPN SportsCenter, everybody. Along with Alan Massengale, I'm George Grant. And yes, on this Father's Day around the country, it was a day for dads from one end of the country to the other. We just saw Mario Andretti come up with a big Father's Day victory, and on the other end of the country in Long Island at the U.S. Open, it was another day for a seasoned veteran.
That's right, and Ray Floyd is still a long way from the senior tour, but at age 43, 9 months, he is the oldest champion ever in the 86 years of the U.S. Open, and that says quite a lot. Of course, the comparisons will be made in what's being called the springtime of the senior citizen. Jack Nicklaus at 46 wins the Masters. Bill Shoemaker at 54 rides the winner at the Kentucky Derby, and Ray Floyd wins the U.S. Open. But Floyd proved he still has a lot of golf left. He was 5th on the money list in 1985, and today, when the leaderboard was crowded and no one seemed to want to make the move, Floyd, with his savvy and determination, took charge of this tournament. Now, third-round leader Greg Norman faded early. He was unable to take charge as he had hoped. On 3, Norman will miss this par putt. That was an indication of how his day was going to go. Now, then, Ben Crenshaw birdies a long one on the par 4-6 to get even par, and then tied with Hal Sutton for the lead. A bit later on the par 5 5th, Hal Sutton birdies for about 4 feet. A 4-way tie at level par at this point. Half an hour later, the leaders have all bogeyed as first-round leader Bob Tway comes briefly to the forefront. His approach to 8 sets up a birdie here to go to even for the sole lead. Ahead to 15, Chip Beck way down there. Rolls in a long birdie to go 1 over to share the lead with 7 others now. Then Ray Floyd on number 11 birdies to create a 9-player logjam at the top. +1 back on 9. Sutton rolling it. Birdies it to go to even par and lead briefly. Payne Stewart following a birdie in 11 that got him to even par from the rough on 12. Gets the ball up out of the rough and comes in there nicely. Very cozy on a blind approach shot. Stewart then steps up. Looks like he might take charge. He's got an 8-footer. He gets the birdie. The outright leader at 1 under. On 13, Floyd now. He starts to make his move, sitting at +1. Fires the approach. And watch it come in. Just a few feet from the pin, the birdie here got Floyd to even par. Meanwhile, Stewart has bogeyed 13. Stewart for par on 14. He's out of it now. He leaves it out to the right, which means Floyd leads by himself. It's hard to catch Floyd when he's in the front, as he's proven over the years. On 16, Floyd's third shot. Just a long pitch to this par 5. Finishes within birdie range. Then Ray Floyd. This is the one they will remember. To go to 1 under for a 2-stroke lead. 2 steady holes later, Ray Floyd is on 18. A nice, easy tap in for par to capture his 4th major championship. He finishes at -1, picks up $115,000, but the important thing is Ray Floyd said he felt like he was running out of time. Out of 22 attempts, he had been only in the top 10 twice at the U.S. Open. He's won 1 Masters, 2 PGA. Now he's after the British Open to complete a Grand Slam sweep in his career. With a 66 today, Ray Floyd wins the championship. Lanny Watkins had 65, as did Chip Beck. Lee Trevino, we thought he might be the old man story of today, but he hung back there at +2. Hal Sutton +2. Ben Crenshaw shot 69 today, and Payne Stewart also finishes at +3. Just about the only person at Shinnecock, it seemed, who had no chance to win today, will never, ever have a chance to win. SportsCenter's Chris Berman, George.
He brought his clubs there, and I think he needed the clubs to get through the rough just to get to the course. Chris, you were a part of history today. You must have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was part of history. It was the wildest finish, George and Alan, that USGA officials can ever remember, as far as 10 names being atop the leaderboard at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, about an hour and a half after the final twosome of Norman and Sutton had teed off. It was crazy. It looked like we were going to have 5 twosomes tomorrow in the playoff. But all of a sudden, the seas parted, and Raymond Floyd was the guy that came marching through. The final 9 holes destroyed everybody. You know all the names. You just saw the names that were on the leaderboard that had a shot to win this thing. But one by one, it might have been at 10, it might have been at 12, it certainly might have been at 16, it might have been at 17, or that very awfully difficult hole 18. One by one, the names fell, the scores rose, and Raymond Floyd was left by his lonesome, hitting shots better and better as he approached the clubhouse. You'd mentioned already that he is the oldest man ever to win a U.S. Open championship. He says, I still want to do these things. I still have interest. That's why I'm out here. And Raymond Floyd, obviously for him, patience paid off.
It's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of work. I've enjoyed what I'm doing. I don't mean that the work has been superfluous. You know, I've really enjoyed my career. I have still great desire. I think that's what it takes. I think what happens with fellas up in the 40s, they've lost desire. They've accomplished a lot of things. And the desire isn't there any longer. But I still have a tremendous desire to perform well. And as long as I can keep that desire, I should be able to be competitive.
The final 9 holes, everybody blew up except you. And you're hitting shots better every hole, and it destroyed everybody else. What was going on?
Well, I just had my rhythm. I felt very confident. I had been playing very well the last 2 months, tee to green. I haven't been putting terrifically well, but today I didn't putt, really well, but I made a couple key putts, and I putted well enough, and that's the key, the bottom line.
What happened out there?
No, just flat, everything got off to, when I 3-putted the 3rd hole, it was just flat after that. Just, the putter really didn't feel comfortable. Even though I felt comfortable playing, the whole day seemed to be like blah, and it was hard to get it going.
I guess that happens sometime. It is awfully difficult to lead a golf tournament for 3 rounds. You can see behind me the sun has gone behind the clouds. It hasn't quite set yet, but it is obvious here at Shinnecock Hills that the sun never sets on those golfers who are 40 years and over. The story began at the Masters with Jack Nicklaus. The story continues here at the Majors at the U.S. Open with Raymond Floyd. You don't want to call them senior citizens, but when you see youngsters like Randolph and Verplank having a shot at this thing, and Bob Tway will be around for a long time, then maybe by comparison, Raymond Floyd is a senior citizen. But he relied on all that guile, on all that experience through the years to gut him through this U.S. Open. Raymond Floyd was definitely a champion. We weren't sure whether anybody would break par here, but Raymond Floyd took care of that. As for Greg Norman, he said, there will be my critics. Again, I had a shot. This was my tournament. It was a major tournament, much like the Masters earlier this year, much like the U.S. Open a couple of years back when he lost the playoff to Fuzzy Zeller. But Greg Norman will be back. He will win. Ray Floyd said, Norman has plenty of time. I was running out of time. Raymond Floyd doesn't look like he's running out of time now. He says, I'm 3/4 of the way ready. I need a British Open. It could happen in 5 weeks. That's the scene out here, gentlemen. And yes, it is still windy.
Okay, Chris. Thanks a lot. Good job out there. We look forward to getting you back here at SportsCenter. And, of course, I think the point that he just made is very true. It takes that savvy. It takes that experience in these tournaments. Ray Floyd, as he said, the seas open and he came marching through.
I think you can look at 2 things. Either it's the pressure or it's the course. And I think it was more the pressure today than the course, because in addition to the fine round that Raymond Floyd had today, there were some other athletes who had tremendous rounds. We talked about Lanny Watkins, who had a 65. That was a course record. Also, Chip Beck had a 65. And Mark Calcavecchia also had a 65. So 3 athletes had course record scores today. So the course, yes, it was a bit windy, but it didn't eat everybody up and spit them out the way it had earlier in the tournament. Some other notables that we should report on at the U.S. Open Championships. Here's Greg Norman's final total, +5 after he led after the 2nd and 3rd rounds, finishing at 285. Fuzzy Zeller at 8 over, along with Craig Stadler. Calvin Peete, who, of course, has had the difficulty with his knee all weekend, at 9 over. Seve Ballesteros at 9 over as well, along with Tom Watson. And Johnny Miller checks in at 13 over par. Some of the other notables that you may be looking for, some of the folks you may be following in golf. Now, that's the U.S. Open story. One other golf story to report on, the Lady Keystone Open. It just ended a few minutes ago. This one in Hershey, Pennsylvania, went into sudden death playoff, and Julie Inkster has won it over Debbie Massey and Cindy Hill in sudden death playoff. They finished just 1 shot better than Sherry Turner, Jane Crafter, and Lisa Young. So victorious in the LPGA Keystone Open is Julie Inkster, and a congratulations.
And when we continue, we'll check out the baseball action, including the Mets looking to sweep the Pirates.
That's in the National League. Over in the American League, there's some news to talk about, too. Not just the scores, but also not 1, not 2, but a triple dip, a triple play. The White Sox and the Mariners will have that story for you. And also on the Grand Prix circuit, it's Nigel Mansell once again. That and more coming up on the ESPN SportsCenter.
This portion of SportsCenter, along with the latest golf news, has been brought to you by Magnum by Hogan, for that feeling of hitting the ball just right.
It's why you play the game.
Why, you'll be out this weekend and the next. It's that one moment, that feeling of hitting the ball just right. Introducing Magnum from Hogan. Uniquely weighted for an expanded sweet spot that gives you that feeling again and again. Hit it. Feel it. Magnum, new from Hogan. We know why you play the game.
Where do you go for a great burger? Ask anybody.
Right up the road, left at the sign. My way, your way, one at a time.
Burger King broils over flames for a taste more like a backyard barbecue. The way a burger should be. Ask anybody.
This is a Burger King town. It's made just for me. This is a Burger King town. We know how burgers should be.
I'll bet you have furniture you'd like to stain and finish, but you think it would take days. Not so. With Deft, you can finish the finishing in hours, not days. Deft dries in 30 minutes, can be recoated in 2 hours.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
Deft. So you can finish the finishing in hours, not days.
The toughest part of my golf game used to be choosing the right top for my Sandsabelt slacks. The slacks with the patented waistband. But Mark Scott has changed all that. Mark Scott has designed shirts and sweaters that perfectly match every pair. With Mark Scott shirts and sweaters, I can create a whole wardrobe from just a single pair of slacks. When you play with Mark Scott, the match never ends.
The Chicago White Sox found a way to liven up their series with the Seattle Mariners today. How about a triple play? This is how it went. Bottom of the second, no outs. Alvin Davis on third, Jim Presley on first, Neil Allen pitching to Ken Phelps. He loops one to left. Jerry Hairston makes the catch, and he fires when Davis tags. He gets him at the plate. That Carlton Fisk guns it to second. Nails Presley right there, and it's a triple play, and the White Sox have taken advantage of that. Well, they had a lead going into the eighth. It just changed now. Seattle now moving ahead 6-5 in the eighth inning. Home runs for Chicago. Greg Walker hit a 3-run homer in the fourth with 2 on. So that put Chicago ahead. But Seattle, as I just said, just came back to take the lead in the eighth inning 6-5.
If the Boston Red Sox don't have enough to concern themselves about with 9 games against the Yankees and Orioles in the next 10 days, they received a scare today when Wade Boggs left the game with the Brewers after aggravating a rib injury that's been bothering him for the last week. The Sox told me tonight he is expected to start Monday, though, in Game 1 of that 3-game set with the Yankees that will get underway Monday night in New York City. In the game itself between Boston and the Milwaukee Brewers, Red Sox got off and going early against young Juan Nieves in the first inning. Boggs goes to left, celebrating his 28th birthday with this rip. It's off the wall. Marty Barrett rounds third. Wade Boggs in with a double. He scored later to make it 2-0 Boston. Nieves settled down after that, though, and Milwaukee evened it in the third. Robin Yount, the number 2 hitter in the league behind Boggs, takes rookie Jeff Sellers deep to left. That clears it. We are tied 2-2. Top of the fifth, still 2-2. Ben Ogilvy rips one down the right field line. Fair or foul? Yes, 2-run homer. Sellers wants it back. Ogilvy also had an RBI double. It's 4-2 Brewers as John McNamara is looking for help. Big blow for Milwaukee, leading 4-3. It's Robin Yount again, ripping it to left. Extra bases. Rick Cerrone rounds third. The throw to second. Yount's got a double. The Brewers go on to win it by a final score of 7-3 in that weekend series at Fenway Park. Also on the scoreboard in the American League, the Yankees and Orioles matched up. Mike Boddicker, this one, both teams scoreless and hitless into the fifth. Boddicker against Pasqua, that short, compact swing. Pasqua deposited into the seats and right, 1-0 Yankees. Bottom of the sixth, now 2-0 Yankees. Eddie Murray, they've been trying to pitch around him all weekend, but not this time. 2-run shot, 2-2. Top of the seventh. Yankees will have runners at the corners. And a man who just eats up Oriole pitching, Ricky Henderson. Zippo past Alan Wingens. It scores Ivan De Jesus, who was brought up today from Columbus. It's 3-2 Yankees. Bottom of the eighth, Brian Fisher in pitching. Cal Ripken lines it to left. Lee Lacy running on the pitch. Scores all the way from first. We are tied at 3. With 2 on and 2 out, Mike Young. Sinking line drive. Dan Pasqua loses it momentarily. Misplays it in right. Cal Ripken scored from second. The Orioles go on to win it by a final score of 4-3. So the Yankees, after losing in Baltimore, head home to Yankee Stadium, where they'll be taking on
the Red Sox. Monday night, it'll be Roger Clemens against Ron Guidry in the battle for first place in the American League East.
The front runners in the American West, the Texas Rangers closing out their series with Oakland. The Rangers are off tomorrow night to California for a big series with the second-place Angels. This afternoon, it was Texas losing big to Oakland 9-2. Chris Cotteroli pitched 6 shutout innings, and Oakland capitalized on the wildness of rookie Bobby Witt as the A's rolled to that win. Cotteroli's now 5-7. He gave up 5 hits, struck out 4, and walked none before leaving with a 9-0 lead. Tom Paciorek hit his first homer of the season off reliever Doug Bear. Witt, now 3-5, walked 7 batters in the first 3 innings and lasted only 4 innings. Now the second-place teams are now even now. Kansas City and California are now both 3.5 out. Of course, coming into Monday, California will take on Texas in a very important series. Charlie Lebrand picks up that win. He goes to 7-4, and the save went to Dan Quisenberry. Buddy Biancalana is on a tear. He hit his second home run in as many days as he hit a solo shot in the 5th for Kansas City, and Steve Bye-Bye Balboni also hit a home run with 2 on to give Kansas City that victory.
Everybody should be playing with Minnesota, because when Ray Miller took over the Twins, he knew he had one of the most powerful lineups in baseball. But he also realized, as the former pitching coach of the Baltimore Orioles, that the Twinkies wouldn't be going anywhere unless they got some good pitching. On Sunday in Cleveland, they combined the best of both worlds against the Cleveland Indians. As far as the hitting, top of the 4th, 1-1 game. Got it! Herbie, Kent Herbeck, crushes Don Schultz's pitch deep to right field. Upper deck shot. Herbie's 13th of the year. Twins up 2-1. After a single by Tom Bernansky. Roy Smalley, listen to this. He cranks one to center field. Brett Butler going to give it a chase. Hang on the outfield wall. Not going to do any good. Smalley's 11th, 4-1 Twins. Top of the 8th. Twins up 4-2. Gary Gaetti rips Brian Elker's offering into the seats in left. It's Gaetti's 15th of the year. The Twins go on to win the game by a final of 7-3. Frankie Viola gets the win. His record now 6-5. While the Indians were losing in Cleveland, across the lake and north of the border, the Toronto Blue Jays and Tigers wrapped up their weekend series. The Jays got 7 runs in the 6th inning. Lamp gets the win. Henke gets a save after picking up a win yesterday. Maybe he's coming back. And it is Toronto beating Detroit by a final score of 9-6.
Maybe we'll have to start calling him Buddy Bye-Bye.
He'll take it.
Okay, when we come back, it was a busy day in auto racing, from the Grand Prix circuit to Indy cars to NASCAR.
That's not all. We'll see if the Mets can pick up wins number 42 and 43 on this Sunday. That and more when baseball continues on the SportsCenter.
Computers? Who's got time to figure out how to use them?
That's how the owners of a clothing store, father and son, felt about personal computers until they got one. And a catering business until they got one. We're IBM, and we've seen some very skeptical people become very enthusiastic. And that makes us proud, because we have more computers helping more small businesses than anybody. IBM personal computers. Small business is getting big on them.
Big boy's got what it takes. Slow burning fuel of whole wheat flakes. Nothing halfway, nothing sweet, just the staying power of good whole wheat. Yeah, hey bananas, join the team, fueling up to go full steam. Wheaties, Wheaties, good whole wheat. Now go tell your mama what the big boys eat.
Men, we're going to live off the land. It's going to be rough. Either you pitch in or shape up.
When you're far from home, you can't beat a Honda portable generator. You get 1,000 watts of power when you're nowhere near an electrical outlet.
Commander Fred, can we come in?
Hold it, men!
The Honda portable generators for camping, hunting, boating, even charging your car battery.
I'll be right out.
On the road, nobody can get you a great hot meal faster than McDonald's, and I figured out how they do it. Ginny calls signals, sends Carl deep for a Big Mac, and cuts inside for your Coke. Look at him fly. Back here, you got Joel putting the moves on a Big Mac. Doink, doink. Now Carl hands off to Beth and clears a lane. This team's got it together. See what I mean? It all ends with a pass to you, hot and fast.
You get it hot, you get it fast.
Want to see it again? Drive on in.
At McDonald's.
Championship Wrestling's strongest tag team, Boris Zukov and the Barbarian, highlight an AWA 2-hour special, Tuesday on ESPN. Plus, the teams of Colonel De Beers and Nick Bockwinkel collide in a 6-man free-for-all. Tuesday night at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
By this afternoon, we began to get the idea that if anybody was going to slow down the New York Mets, it was definitely not going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. A doubleheader at Shea, the Mets going for a sweep of the series. We're right on course after the first game. Mets get on the scoreboard in the fourth, the bottom of the fourth. Keith Hernandez ripped this bob walk pitch to right for a hit. Wally Backman is on his horse. Mike Brown chases it. Backman attempts to score. Here comes the throw, and here comes the relay, and not in time. 1-0 Mets. Bottom of the sixth, Mets rally again. Lynn Dykstra on third, Bachman on second, Darryl Strawberry on first. Relief pitcher Jim Wynn faces Gary Carter, and he will deliver and inside, forcing home Dykstra, who had 3 hits. Wynn walked another one in also to make it 3-0. This play told the story in the first one for Pittsburgh. Wynn gets Keith Hernandez to hit an easy foul pop. No problem here. Back pocket this thing. Bill Nallman comes over. Tony Pena comes over. And, well, nobody got it. Manager Jim Leyland said, this is going to be a long day. Another good outing for Bob Ojeda. He's only allowed 2 earned runs in 27 innings against the Pirates this year. He fans Lee Mazzilli. His record now is 8-2, 4-1 Mets in the first one. Ojeda scattered 9 hits. In game 2, it is now in the 7th inning. The Mets ahead of Pittsburgh. The Mets have gotten home runs from Carter, and I believe Carter is one of the home runs. So they're up ahead 7-5 in game 2 of that matchup. Now, Montreal and Philadelphia. Herb Winningham hit a home run in the 3rd inning. Winning pitcher Andy McGaffigan, he went 6.5 innings with 4 hits. The save goes to Jeff Reardon. The Expos in 2nd place, but 10 games out, 10 out first behind New York coming into Sunday.
Giants and Astros wrapped up a big weekend head-to-head showdown for the top spot in the National League West. They were indoors in the Astrodome in Houston for this one. Top of the 4th, Giants up 1-0. Chili Davis, the leader in RBIs in the National League, up. He takes Bob Knepper to left field. This one will go off the wall. Jose Cruz, Jeff Leonard comes around to score. Billy Hatcher's throw will be beaten by Davis at 3rd. He'll come in with a triple, and the Giants have a 2-0 lead. 1 out later, Rob Thompson. Hey, they're playing baseball in San Francisco. They're squeezing. He lays it down. Davis scores. It's 3-0 Giants. Says, what does Roger Craig have him do? Hey, squeeze it again. Rob Thompson with a bunt. Past Bob Knepper. The run will score from 3rd, 4-1 Giants. Great defensive play in the 6th. Billy Hatcher, line drive. Jeffrey Leonard, got it. Great catch. Giants go on to win it by a final score of 7-2. Houston still has a 2-game lead over the Giants in the Western Division of the National League. Bob Knepper, who was going for his league-leading 11th victory, comes up with his 4th defeat instead. Vida Blue gets the win. He's now over 500.
The Dodgers hoping to bounce back from a Saturday massacre at the hands of the Padres. San Diego bombed L.A. 12-0 yesterday, so L.A. returned the favor. They got half of the dozen, 6-0 over San Diego. Honeycutt gets the win. A home run by Mariano Duncan with 1 on in the 6th was the power for L.A. Atlanta and Cincinnati. The Braves actually were down 9-0 after 4, and Cincinnati held on to win 9-7. Eric Davis had a home run, 3 RBIs, and the Reds got 4 off. Braves started Zane Smith in the 1st inning. Chicago, St. Louis, well, the Cubs avoid the bottom of the East in 11 innings. Steve Lake got an RBI in the 11th to score Keith Moreland. Ray Fontenot was the winning pitcher, and he only pitched 1 inning to get that win.
Montreal Brooklyn, Michigan, and Portland, Oregon. No, this isn't a train stop. They're the date lines for this weekend's auto racing. North of the border, Englishman Nigel Mansell won his second straight Formula One Grand Prix at the Canadian Grand Prix, seen on ESPN. Suspense in this one ended at the halfway point when Mansell passed K.K. Rosberg and led the rest of the way. As far as the final statistics went, defending world champ Alain Prost of France finished second. Nelson Piquet of Brazil, two-time Canadian winner, finished third. Rosberg wound up in the number 4 position. Prost's second-place finish moved him past Ayrton Senna into the World Championship lead with 29 points after 6 of the 16 events. Mansell moved into a tie for second with 27. In Brooklyn, Michigan, the Michigan 400 came down to a final lap battle between Bill Elliott and Harry Gant. You can see Elliott gets the win. Jeff Bodine wound up third in this NASCAR event. Buddy Baker fourth. Darrell Waltrip wrapping it up in the number 5 slot, 47,000 plus for Elliott in this one. In Portland, Oregon, just before the SportsCenter, what a great race. The Portland 200 for Indy cars. Mario Andretti gets the win by 0.07 of a second. It is the closest finish ever for kart IndyCar racers. Michael Andretti finishes second. Nice Father's Day present. Al Unser Jr. finished third. The last win for Mario was last year at Portland, and he comes up with one this year. That's the auto racing bill of fare for Sunday.
And now time for our Norelco Sports Trivia Quiz, and here is the question. Who holds the record for most PGA victories in a single calendar year? Who holds the record for most PGA victories in a single calendar year? If you know the answer, call us at 1-800-243-0006 in Connecticut, 1-800-854-9489. The third eligible caller with the correct answer wins a Norelco Rotortrack Razor. We'll announce the winner and give the answer on SportsCenter tonight at 11 p.m. Tonight's winner will also be eligible for our grand prize drawing at the end of the year. You can win 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, plus airfare and hotel accommodation. Participants must live within the 50 United States. For a set of the complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Rules, ESPN, 355 Lexington Avenue in New York, 10017.
What's that you're shaving with?
A Norelco.
Looks terrific.
Well, it is America's leading electric. It's rechargeable, it's guaranteed, and it gives me a fantastic shave.
As close as a blade?
Yep. Feel.
Wow.
It's our patented system that lifts each whisker up and shaves it off blade close.
I love it when you talk high-tech.
What do you think of the Norelco Ladies Rechargeable I gave you?
Terrific. What do you think?
Sensational.
Norelco. We put quality first. You're growing, America, and so are your copying needs. That's why Konicka's Royal Copiers are built tough, with all the features you demand for future growth. Zoom magnification reduction, double-sided copying, electronic editing, and more. For challenges as big as tomorrow, Konica offers a complete line of rugged Royal Copiers backed by nationwide service. You demand productivity. With Konicka's Royal Copiers, you get it. Tough customers, tough copiers.
Need a safe and easy way to keep your beard and mustache looking great right at home? I use the Groomsman Beard and Mustache Trimmer by Wall. The Groomsman by Wall.
900-976-1313. ESPN Dial Sports. The number for the latest scores, stats, and trends. Plus ESPN programming information. For just 50 cents a call, you get the country's best scoreboard service. Plus our primetime lineup. 900-976-1313. ESPN Dial Sports. Call anytime.
For those of you just joining us and expecting to see the Crosby Clam Bake on ESPN, we'll be getting to it in a couple of minutes. Our Portland 200 auto race went a little long, so we'll be wrapping up SportsCenter, heading to that in just a couple of minutes. Some other stories to keep you up to date on, though. The host Mexican team in action at the World Cup soccer tournament. They make it to the quarterfinals at the expense of Bulgaria on this Sunday. 110,000 fans on hand at Aztec Stadium. Mexico on the attack. Negrete in midair pass to Javier. He gets it back to Negrete. Watch this one. Zippo, 1-0 Mexican at the half. Second half, 62nd minute. We'll pick it up. Mexico with a corner kick. Watch closely. Negrete will put it right in front. Savin with a header. What a shot. Final Mexico 2-0. The sellout crowd liking what they see as the host Mexican team wins it 2-0 to advance to the quarterfinals. The other match of this day, the Soviet Union and Belgium, that is now tied in the second half. The Soviet Union, of course, one of the favored teams in World Cup competition. A reminder, ESPN's month-long coverage of the World Cup continues Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. It will be Brazil and Poland on ESPN. That's at 2 Eastern Time on Monday.
Following tennis report is brought to you by Moet, France's best loved champagne. Jimmy Connors may not be able to compete in this year's Wimbledon. He has suffered an injury that may limit his ability to perform. It certainly did today. He had to withdraw in the second set of the finals at the Stella Artois Grass Court Championships in London. He retired with a pulled groin muscle. We'll have to keep an eye on that injury. 4 of the last 5 winners at the Queens went on to win the championships at Wimbledon, and that's certainly what Tim Meade is hoping. Connors had problems from the beginning today. At the Edgbaston Cup in Birmingham, England, Pam Shriver picks up $21,000. This is her 3rd victory in a row there for Pam Shriver. A good first set, and then the second set went to a tiebreaker, which she breezed 7-0 in that tiebreaker to win it in 62 minutes.
This portion of SportsCenter, along with the latest tennis news, is brought to you by Moet, France's best-loved champagne.
It's just a ferry boat home, but Moet makes it Paris. It's just a view you've seen 1,000 times, but Moet makes it Paris. Life can be more than every day. Life can be anything you say.
France's best-loved champagne.
Moet makes it Paris.
And unfortunately, that's the weather picture for tonight.
Roger is a weatherman. He knows the difference between little storms and big storms. And recently, when he saw a big one coming, the first place he went was his Honda generator dealer.
Hey, you're the weatherman. I need a real good generator.
And by the time the storm hit, Roger was prepared. The Honda generator, because you never know what the weather will bring.
The world champion Chicago Bears, maybe the most awesome team in NFL history. Friday, ESPN celebrates their Super Bowl season with highlights of the men who refuse to lose. The 1985 Chicago Bears, Friday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Georgia White Sox got the triple play, but Seattle has the lead, 10-5 in the 9th inning.
If you missed Raymond Floyd's championship at the U.S. Open, you can see the final round again on ESPN, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday morning. It's a great final round. Enjoy it. Next Sports Center at 11 Eastern. I'm George Graham.
And I'm Alan Massengale. Thanks for being here.
ESPN puts you inside the PGA Tour with a special U.S. Open edition. Relive all the magic moments. Tuesday night at 11 Eastern on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Hello. Ed's book on advertising says the consumer will remember your TV commercial better if it has a memorable visual device. Well, the message we would like you to remember is to be sure to enjoy Bartles and James on Ice this summer. You cannot find a lighter, more refreshing summertime beverage. As for the visual device, Ed says you will probably be able to figure that out all by yourself. So once again, please remember Bartles and James on Ice. And thank you for your continued support.
You know, I love everything about this car.
New Chevy Nova. It's a lot more than you'd expect for the price.
And I really like the way it's built.
95% of Chevy Nova owners would recommend their new Nova to a friend.
There's so much room. Oh, I thought you'd like it. And it doesn't cost much to keep it filled either.
New Nova.
It's a lot more than you'd expect for the price.
And now get 5.9 annual percentage rate GMAC financing. Length of finance contract is limited. New Nova from today's Chevrolet.
Who says America has run out of opportunities? There are plenty out there, if you look for them. The people who built this country were doers, not doubters. Risk-takers, seeking opportunities, not guarantees. Today, I still see vast opportunities in hundreds of small to mid-sized companies whose entrepreneurial spirit and energy will continue to build America. At First Jersey Securities, we specialize in discovering such emerging growth companies for today's investors with vision. First Jersey Securities. Come grow with us.
Millions are cheering. The triumph. The laughter.
Can you break a log like that? Don't know. Never been attacked by a tree.
The exhilaration.
Oh, that was a little close.
Of Karate Kid Part 2. This summer, don't miss that special magic.
In Okinawa, honor very serious.
Karate Kid Part 2. Rated PG. Now at select theaters. Check newspapers for showtimes.
I hate to drive in the rain.
Really? That's when I trust my Michelins the most.
Michelins? You think they're worth it?
Even when the weather's fine, I'm glad I got Michelin tires.
I'd rather save the money.
Some things in life are more important.
Could we take your car to pick up the kids?
I insist.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
When it comes time to sell your home, consider this. Only one real estate sales organization sells more homes, finds more homes, and delivers more successful transactions every day than anyone else in the world. No one's got the power to move real estate like Century 21.
Outrageousness! Outrageousness! Outrageousness? Outrageousness is nothing more than a way to wake people up. Wake them up! Especially yourself. Wasn't that fun?
I'm thinking about buying some Michelin radials.
How come?
Well, Michelin's really last.
What do you base that on?
Experience. I got 60,000 miles from my last set.
60? Pretty good. But your car's getting old. It's just not worth Michelin's anymore.
You're right. But who's buying them for the car?
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Hey, save up to $3.60 on Haviland's new 2-quart oil jug. For details, look for this rebate coupon at participating Texaco retailers and stores.
If you need life insurance protection, a good chunk of it, but you don't want to keep paying for it forever, look into QuickPay, the different kind of life insurance from Transamerica. With QuickPay, you decide the number of years you want to pay for your coverage. 3, 5, 7. That's it. You could be paid up for life. Let me show you. Say you're like me, 40, don't smoke, and you need $100,000 of protection. And you want your payments to end in 5 years. Look, you pay $1,445 a year. And then your policy can start to pay for itself. You have $100,000 in protection from the word go. All along the way, your Transamerica QuickPay policy builds tax-deferred cash value at high current interest rates. And you don't pay even one premium after the first 5 years. QuickPay from Transamerica. Find out about it. Quick. For complete details about QuickPay, call 800-372-3000. Toll free, that's 800-372-3000. Call now.
Being a duke is not what it used to be. Opened the house to tourists. Good morning. Auctioned the 17th Duke. Fact is, nearly everything's gone, except the old family favorite, Schweppes tonic. Essence of fresh fruit, cheeky little bubbles. Schwepperwesen.
Oh, thank you very much, Your Lordship.
My pleasure.
Don't drink and drive. A public service message from ESPN. This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.